Happy Hour starts live in less than 10 minutes. Stand by.
In your heart, you know you like them. And now, something completely different.
Today is the 5-year anniversary of one of my, and there's always the running joke, oh, Hoppe is mentors. No, but today is the 5-year anniversary, a half a decade that this planet lost Sean Cirilli, a.k.a. Reezy. Let me tell you about Reezy. Let me see if I can go on his LinkedIn and look up his career. So Sean Cirilli was a guy who was like a production director and all-around badass. He ended up doing a lot of people's work that worked in radio when they didn't know how to do it. And he was a mentor to me. And 5 years ago, he died of COVID. I'm looking at his career. He was in the military police officer for 96 to 03. Then he was an on-air talent at Clear Channel from 2000 to 05. He also worked at Z90 in San Diego. He was an imaging director at Finest City Broadcasting, and then he did his own imaging company. Then he worked at local media San Diego. Then he worked at Clear Channel, and then he worked for CBS Radio in New York, and then also worked in Denver, and also worked at Cox Media Group in Tampa. And there was a certain PD of a talk station that took the podcast room away from me in 2018. So I was having to record at home with crappy equipment. And he's like, oh, so I used to talk to Reezy every day, man. He was talking to Olivero and all. He was the life of the party. He had this like badass Oakland energy. Like when Sean Cirilli entered the room, he commanded the room. And he's like, why aren't you not recording here? And no one uses the rooms after hours. And he was able to convince the bosses to allow me to use the room, and it was something that really helped out my career. And I'm very sad that I never got a picture with Sean Cirilli. But the radio business, I definitely took a hit when Sean Cirilli died 5 years ago. Cannot believe it's been 5 years ago. I was at the morning show boot camp. I was a little drunk. And production director Anthony Minotti calls me and goes, yo, dude, did you hear Reezy died? I was like, what? So, cannot believe it's been 5 years. And I know there's a chance Rick Thomas is listening to this. One of the best bosses I've ever had. He is a loyal guy, and he definitely passed on this energy to Reezy. I know I can be a jackass on the show and talk a lot of smack, but I wanted to have a sincere moment. And thank you, Reezy, for believing in me. And the planet has been less fun. And if there were audio recordings of our 2-hour conversations during COVID, Mike Calta would be mad. That's all I'll say. If you could hear the venting sessions I did to him, if that was on recording, oh boy. And I'll leave it at that. Rest in peace, Reezy. We all miss you.
Kratom is banned in several U.S. cities and 7 states across the country, but is...
I am sick and tired of everybody hating on Kratom. If somebody wants to have that as a vice, who cares? There's warning labels on the side that it can be addictive. People already know. But these boomer politicians, because there are so many small businesses that sell Kratom, that it helps people get off alcohol, and the politicians just think that 708 represents all Kratom. And they think that everybody's a druggie when they're out of touch.
It's not banned here in California. We had the chance to speak to 2 gas station owners today who told us they sell Kratom, and it's one of their very popular products among their...
It's a good product, a little addicting, but...
customers. Local store owners in Fresno tell us that this is a very popular product. It's called Kratom, and it comes in different forms and
well, God damn it! They're selling the 7-hydroxy there, guys. Sell the seltzers, sell the powder, sell the pills, but not the 7-hydroxy, because in every freaking headline that's bad kratom.
Flavors. It promises energy, pain relief, and even muscle repair. But
God damn it. I can't stand when places sell the 7-OH, because then that, which is actually bad, which RFK doesn't like, gets drawn in with us.
The effects can be different for everyone.
Frankly, from a clinical perspective, is that at different doses, it can act like different drugs.
Okay, but that's our choice if we want to do it to our body. I sound like a bleeding liberal. I am so sick of the government telling us what we can do with our bodies. Kiss my ass.
Fresno County Department of Public Health.
Freaking dork. I bet you drink alcohol after work. It's no different, asswipe.
Health Dr. Rice Forha.
And all the doctors have to get clinical. Shut your ass.
Other county leaders today to talk about a proposed amendment to regulate and prohibit the sale of kratom-based.
Regulating it is one thing. Prohibiting it when businesses make money off of it, and these same politicians care to claim about it, they pretend, let me reset that. These politicians pretend to care about us and think that they're on our side. I'm getting so worked up I can't even talk. Drives me nuts. Leave kratom alone. Life's hard enough, you morons. Well said, Ryan. And that is that.
When you hear the word Buc-ee's, you might think of Rest Stop Heaven.
I'll be honest, I was not a big fan of it. I thought it was way too big, way too white trash. And now the fact that they're trying to bring down other small companies, they're douchebags. And they make blue-collar people look bad.
Fresh barbecue, seemingly endless snacks, and all kinds of merch featuring this buck-toothed beaver. This morning, the wildly popular gas stations are fueling outrage, too.
I love, it sounds so rude, but I've seen it with, fishermen, and I've seen it with people, when blue-collar people get mad about stuff. Oh, yeah, you have some vibes of just pure rivalry.
It's time to boycott Buc-ee's.
This is ridiculous. When does this end?
In a new federal lawsuit, Buc-ee's accuses Beaver's Mini Mart in Beaver Creek, Ohio, of trademark infringement.
Yeah, I love how, Buc-ee's is acting like they created the beaver. Oh, yeah, it wasn't the universe or God or whatever created this planet. Buc-ee's is the original one to have a beaver. Shut up.
The mega chain claiming the convenience store's use of a cartoon beaver with wide eyes and a
Did they just Google beavers and look for anybody that had the name?
Smile is unauthorized.
And the beaver looks nothing like theirs. Theirs actually looks like it's deformed. The beaver at Beaver's Mini Mart's cooler.
And is likely to cause confusion among consumers.
No, it doesn't say Buc-ee's, it says Beavers. Douchebags.
As Ohioans, we don't play, okay?
Support for the store quickly going viral with a burrito spot, a bakery, and a law firm joining in.
If you've been injured by a large corporation coming after a little guy, you need the beaver on your side.
These cookies, a fundraiser to help.
All right, I hope it all works out. But I was not impressed with Buc-ee's. I went there a month ago after I came back from Jacksonville after hanging out with Lex and Terry. It was terrible coffee. It was okay. I mean, I can get popcorn wherever. I got the freaking cinnamon, I don't know. It was cheesecake, cinnamon roll, popcorn, just pure nonsense. Because I wasn't going to eat a freaking, I wasn't going to eat before driving 3 hours. I was in St. Augustine. I wasn't going to get brisket. Just was not impressed. And it was cool going, but the more you hear about it, you don't want to meet your heroes because they're douchebags.
Lori came over to my house with Janet and Jason, and I cried on her shoulders all night long. She knows everything.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany Cartwright is getting candid on how betrayed she feels by her estranged husband, Jax Taylor, and former publicist.
Let's be honest. As crappy of a thing it is to do, you're not with the guy anymore.
Lori Krebs over their new romance. In July, TMZ published photos of Jax and Lori getting cozy in a pool at a Mexico resort, with sources telling the outlet that there was more PDA than what was captured on camera.
Oh yeah, nice little mouth head.
On August 5th, Brittany was asked by Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live about the pictures and if that's how she found out they were dating. As Brittany noted, Lori was still her publicist at the time.
That that is naughty and hot.
He's broke.
She was a publicist for both of you?
Yeah.
They emerged. They were on vacation together in Mexico or something. I have to assume, was that when you found out that he was dating her?
Yeah,
That can't be ideal.
He had sent me a text message morning of, 2 hours before the TMZ photos came.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Out and let me know that things had changed and that she knows I will feel betrayed and that she loves me and Cruz and that she's never told Jax anything.
Yeah. You got used, Brittany. I'm sorry, baby, though. But then again, you do seem like kind of an insufferable brat, so I don't feel like that bad.
What's up, Y2? This is your boy, DJ White. And
alright, I can't listen to this. Cardi B, Meek Mill, and Tiana Taylor are partying in the club, and Cardi B's wig fell off. I forget women have wigs.
Now let's talk about Chris Brown. Chris Brown is pushing back against his former housekeeper's attempt to collect money from his upcoming tour with Usher.
Yeah, this one is all about the money. No, is Chris Brown a saint? Of course not.
Sure. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Chris is fighting efforts by Maria Avila to take...
Alright, so she's trying to take his money. Yeah, he's definitely no saint, let's be honest.
John Goodman is turning heads with his latest transformation.
Yeah, he looks, I mean, this is going to be very mean. I don't really care. He looks dreadful. There is something to be said about having a little weight in your body and looking okay. He looks atrocious.
Lucy is making headlines after apologizing to Rocky for calling him out over a viral photo and video that appeared to show the Harlem rapper wearing a thong.
Yeah, Boozy does not really think things out. So Boozy Badass made a post about how he saw freaking A$AP Rocky in a thong on stage, and for some reason he thought it was true. What the hell's wrong with you, dude? He is way too obsessed with what other dudes do with their body. Sometimes it makes me wonder if he's in the closet.
On Thursday, August 6th, Boosie took to X to say, "My bad, Rocky. If that photo was photoshopped, bro." He admitted he couldn't believe what he was...
It's not Photoshop, you Gen X idiot. It's called AI.
...was seeing and felt like he had to speak up. The apology came after Rocky addressed the situation during a new interview.
He's so impulsive. He just says things to say things. It's like, you might help yourself if you just shut up. Like, if you just stop talking. What's going on here?
this morning, a new warning about vandals obstructing, damaging, or stealing cameras made by Flock Safety that can tell...
Yeah, I don't like these. I know people are going to go, oh, but don't break the law then. No. I don't like how it's being used. And when I bring this up, then people stop talking. Because I'm always right. No, but the problem with Flock cameras is, as good as it is, and ideal and whatnot, cops are abusing their power like usual.
When a car crosses a certain intersection, someone smeared a glue-like substance on this one in Edina, Minnesota. In nearby Plymouth, Minnesota, a camera was destroyed.
All right, so there's part of the headline about Flock cameras, and then there's this, my reason.
6 former Savannah Police Department employees, including 4 officers, are now under criminal investigation after being fired for allegedly misusing these controversial surveillance cameras.
This is the problem. I know somebody recently, their uncle went missing and the Flock cameras found the guy, okay? So that's when Flock cameras are good. But the problem is, when they're bad, they're bad.
Made by the company Flock.
Totally honest, I'm disappointed. I'm pissed off about it.
That's the mayor.
Employees allegedly using the system to make personal searches.
Yeah, so maybe they're looking up on a Bumble date or where their wife's going. This is the problem. This is why we can't have nice things. Because cops get also going to know the word power. Cops get power hungry, where they abuse the system and they ruin it for everybody. There are a ton of good cops out there, but the Problem is, the bad cops are the ones that lead the department.
Involving family and acquaintances. The high-tech AI-powered cameras read license plates and store that data for police departments to
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
use.
I have a story for you, because I just don't trust flock cameras, and if you trust them, you're a sheep. There was this woman I matched with. This beautiful, this busty Latina woman. Three years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Wow, 3 years. And it was in Chicago. We matched on Bumble, and she's like, hey, come to the city. I want to go to the Virgin Hotel. So they go to the Virgin Hotel. It's like $32 an hour to park. And she goes, I do something for a living. Do you want to hear what it is? And she's all nervous. And I'm like, what is it? She's like, I serve and protect the community. I'm like, oh, are you a teacher, a therapist? She's like, no, I'm a cop. And I'm like, whatever. So I stopped hitting my vape pen. It was weird. So then, like 2-3 weeks later, I get a text. You gotta remember, I only talked to her on Bumble. And her name on there was Ace. Wonder why. So I get a text. Hey, cutie, happy birthday. First of all, she remembered my birthday, which I never told her my birthday. So she abused the power. And I go, who is this? She goes, it's Stephanie. But I knew that it was a Chicago area code. And I'm like, which Stephanie? She's like, we went on a date to downtown Chicago. I'm like, wait, at the Virgin Hotel? She's like, yeah, I'm Ace. I did not like that. If a man did that, we'd be called psychotic. But when a woman does it, oh, I'm just protecting myself. Shut up. Yeah, that's why you cannot trust cops. I've matched with beautiful women that worked for the police department, and they get unmatched. Today is hump day. Actually, it's not. It's hump day eve. It's Taco Tuesday. Today, we are doing this show, Happy Hour. And then later on, it's a collaboration of the Big Gay Radio Show. As I will be talking about trans and cross-dressing rights with the best LGBTQ radio show out there. Because I don't think really Miguel and Holly. I mean, he is LGBTQ+, but I'm just getting myself in trouble. Because I love Miguel Fuller and Holly O'Connor. They're my homies. Here's the deal. I'm a little grumpy because I make that best of that you just heard, and I erased it on accident, so then I had to remake it. So lost about 5 minutes of my life. But some would say that this podcast is 2 hours of my life gone, so who knows?
And now, back to the Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe on Fresno's Hot 97.7.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Attention, FM DJs, your morning show prep begins now. Loud, rude, aggressive. And those are his good qualities. A sick person with a powerful tool.
On three. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Welcome to Happy
Hour. Doors closing.
Hi, this is Ryan Hoppe's mom, and you're listening to Happy Hour.
Welcome back to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now. Now. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start. Okay, well, hit it. All right.
The semen was so big.
And now something completely different.
It's not lacking any meat. And that's what real women need. Gossip. Bussin'. Stop cussing.
Happy Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Happy. This is Happy Hour with Happy.
man, we flying.
What up? This is Hoppe Hour. I'm your host, Ryan Hoppe. You can call the show 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Let's go through my inbox. I had this dirty, rotten broad run her mouth.
It's time for Hoppe's Inbox, only on Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
This woman seemed to be stalking my profile because there was a video back from, I don't know, December. It's about Billy Ray Cyrus's Cloud Chasing Ex. And I talked about how she used them for money, and when she's not able to talk about the man, she has nothing to talk about. I just want to kind of prove my point. She seemed like a woman that lived off the man. Her name is Katie Ann, so she's one of those anonymous women with a wild past. So they go with those bland names so you can't find them. She just kind of reeked of the vibe. Like, she had a picture of like her and her boyfriend. I was like, oh, he's paying for everything. You might throw down $5 for a tip, but... And she said, this is why you don't get paid to share your opinion, even though I got a $5 raise and I have sponsors that pay me. So my response to this dumb woman was, I actually do, honey. I got a raise and sponsors that pay me per week. Do I make as much as your favorite morning radio host who doesn't care about you or know you exist? No, but I do just fine. And a woman who makes everything about money needs to be avoided, just like in this video. Have a good day and Godspeed. Yeah, you know, if she wasn't living off her boyfriend, she'd be a washed-up old hag that couldn't do anything. That's how it is. A lot of times, these women, when they hear these videos that I do, they kind of get this vibe, like they can relate to it a little bit because they're the ones sucking off to get ahead. You know, she'll be back. Also, she had to use a filter. God, filters are stupid. If you're doing it with your 5-year-old kid, it's cool. But if you're a 30-year-old washed-up hag, you don't really think you need it. Just embrace you're going to get old and you're going to hit the wall, if not already. On a more lighter side, I had a video Rick Thomas shared it about Sean Cirilli, a.k.a. Reezy. Someone says, I lived for the weekends when I would hand the mic over to Too Really at midnight after a fun evening hanging out with him in the studio at the end of my shift at Magic 92.5. I missed the laughs and creative sessions in the production room, working on projects together. Rest in peace, my brother. Someone else said, I worked for him for many years at Z90. He was a friend and a brother. Miss you so much. What an amazing guy Sean really was. Love you. And someone says, I can't explain how much I miss this man. We all do. I remember it. I was crying and crying. He would have been proud of me. I got a lot of sympathy sex from my ex. That was in the prime of our relationship. The first apartment we lived in, we were banging. If you were to get a blue light, you would see a lot of... Never mind. I gotta keep it clean when I attach it to Sean Cirilli. But you know what I mean. Pew, pew. Ah, it's so funny. You know, I'm not gonna rat anybody here. I'm not trying to be a rat. But I love when iHeartRadio is like... I love when iHeartRadio is like, we're guaranteed human. Even though I talk computers all day. And then I was listening to a few... I listened to a few different iHeartRadio shows. And they were using... not really parody songs, kind of like what I use on here, but I at least admit it's AI. And this radio show premiered in a new time slot as part of iHeart, and they used a Suno song to open up the show. I was like, what are you doing? Are you serious? They also do this really annoying thing. This really irritating thing happens. I didn't mean to do that. There is this really weird thing that happens where you're listening and they're in the middle of talking and whoever's the producer is too lazy, because when you edit a podcast and you add in the commercials, there's little markers so you can have it play at, I don't know, the end of the segment like it should be, but you'll just be in the middle of talking in a segment and
what? You're celebrating the new year? Grand Poobah, you're still celebrating? Oh, with incredible deals on every new 06 and 07 Mitsubishi, including the all-new 07 Outlander. That's outselling, outpricing, outseating, out everything the competition. Plus there's 0% financing on new 06 and 07 Mitsubishis or cashback from $1,000 to $6,000 to qualified buyers. That is something to toot your horn about. Max Madsen, you might be mad in bed, but you're not crazy.
He's bad, but you'll be glad when you meet Max Madsen. He's mad, he's bad. Max Madsen.
Max Madsen Mitsubishi in Downers Grove, Countryside, and Aurora. Shop online at maxmadsen.com. Mitsubishi Motors, driven to thrill.
and then it comes back really awkwardly and it's like, anyway, middle of the sentence, so the Yankees pitching is really good, blah, blah, blah. And 5 minutes later, it's like, okay, so moving on to the Knicks. The Knicks are going to need to do this next year, you know.
Introducing McDonald's Double Filet-O-Fish Sandwich. For a limited time, you can get 2 golden fish patties with tartar sauce and cheese on a steamed bun for just $2.49. Major credit and debit cards accepted. Limited time offer. Prices and participation may vary.
I'm what you call a night owl. I hit a club at 10 with my roommate John. I see Camille. We go to another club where Camille and I ditch John. Then head to McDonald's. Because McDonald's is open till midnight or later, which keeps me going long enough to say goodnight to Camille. And hello to Gloria. McDonald's. Open till midnight or later at participating McDonald's.
Yeah, the radio geek in me just wanted to play some of my favorite commercials, but that's also what the listening experience is like if you listen to an iHeart or an Odyssey podcast. They'll be in the middle of a sentence. It's like you're on eggshells. Like, can we hear a complete thought without having to hear about the local Mazda dealership? Because they got geotagged, so whatever city you're in, you hear commercials. Which is always the weirdest whenever you're traveling and you're listening to a podcast and you're in Tampa and it's like, come on out to Facilo Nissan. And then you're in Chicago and it's like, the Chicago Cubs season ticket. And you're like, oh, it's weird. Shout out to all the teachers out there who are back in school. You are underpaid. You are underappreciated. Oh my God, we all love you and congratulations. I just saw a post here on Facebook and I love this. People hate flock even though I hate flock cameras, this is funny. People hate flock cameras and then buy meta glasses like, bro, you are the flock camera. I just assume at all times that I'm being filmed. One time I was having kind of like a bad day and I just yelled like fuck outside of a kava bar like usual. And there was a Tesla next to me and I'm like, God damn it, I probably filmed it. Oh, embarrassing. I'm so glad I don't have to go back to school, man. If you're listening, kids, school's not worth it. Just graduate, go to a trade school, and call it a day. That's what I did. Look at me. Actually, maybe you should stay in school. No, but I don't know, man. It just was no. Kids are douchebags. Am I a saint? No, but of course, I don't know. I just don't like to get enough. Yeah, I could. You know how I graduated? Because I did awful on multiple choice tests. Every answer was a C. No, I would write my way into an essay. Yeah, I could. My essays would always save me. I get a B on that bitch, and then I get a 50 on the test, multiple choice. So 80 plus 50 is 130. 130 divided by 2 is 65. And then I would get a D and I would pass the class. And my dad would be like, oh, whatever. You know what I've noticed? When it comes to sex, when it comes to making love, when a man is sick, unless you're physically weak, like even my ex said I could have sex in my desk, but unless you are physically weak, we could always have sex. But I notice a woman, if they're not feeling well, they got a little bit of a migraine, you would think the freaking world is ending. You would think that it's always going to be like this, that there's going to be nothing you can do. It's, I don't want to say alarming. I'm just like, sometimes you're like, hey, you want to hang out? Oh, I have a headache. Because, okay, guess you don't want this penis. I think it's time that we had a discussion about e-bikes. They're absolutely, positively out of control. These egomaniacs think they rule the world. People are literally dying. You had that Joy FM broad. Almost get run over. What are you doing, honey? I don't know. I mean, it's just like, come on. You just look at them and they look at you like, they're like, why are people looking at me weird as they're like in the middle of the road? Worst thing to happen to this country. No, not Trump, you know he's pretty bad. No, not inflation. Yeah, it's pretty bad. No. E-bikes. Because every local news I do Chicago, Tampa, Cleveland, Fresno, Winston-Salem, Rochester, Jacksonville, Louisville, a lot. I do a lot of local news for all the cities. We get a lot of listens in. And each city is either talking about kratom, which is pointless unless it's 7-hydroxy, which needs to be banned, or they're talking about e-bikes or data centers or flock cameras. I think it's safe to say that this country has become a pretty predictable. Wrong button.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
We also need to be affectionate, and you can see that with Barack and Michelle as well. They do a lot of touching, kissing, even fisting.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
The semen was so big.
It's not lacking any meat. And that's what real women need.
Gossip, bullshit.
Stop cussing.
And it looks like you went and got a job.
Nut on the iPad screen, whatever the case might be, in your hand, in a sock, in a whatever. Like, thank you.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Don't worry, Fresno. Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah, we'll be right back.
Y'all now in tune with something beautiful right here. Something epic. This official. Matthias, let's make it. Look, being a nice guy, I leave that to them dudes that shoot hoops. I'd rather roll through in a new coupe with chicks that get 200 to do shoots. Rolling a shooby doobie while we listen to smooth grooves. Dude, I tried to told you I'm hot like magma and keep a mirror. I'm stashed up in the Dodge Magnum near the stash of the Magnums. Never know which one I'ma use. Right there, I got a couple people confused. Cause I never lose. Cause I never snooze. Pop shit, then I pop this shit, knock you out of your shoes. I shut down crews and rock tailor-made suits and Louis shoes. It's hard to do what I do. Son like Evil Knievel, keep a watch face see-through. I do this for my people, selling through they screen though. My mom said I was a walking felony, cause I kept 16s in the closet like Kelly. Shot with the selling dogs ain't barking at them, chickens ain't clucking at them, pigs ain't searching at them, birds ain't chirping. I'ma hurt them up, hurt them up, hurt them up, hurt them up. I'm a hustler for real. My dogs ain't barking at them, chickens ain't clucking at them, pigs ain't searching at them, birds ain't chirping. I'ma hurt them up, hurt them up, hurt them up, hurt them up. I'm a hustler for real. Nah, dog, I'm not a mad rapper. I'm a disgruntled MC, and I teach you dudes about tussling with me. Truth is, I hate these marks. I should pull this jammy and spark and leave these rappers handicap park. And when you see your boy out, bow down and kiss the ring. With a crew about myself, I ain't worried about a thing. This is Shot City, man. Where the f you from? And your chick can't go if she ain't gobbling. My partner Supreme told me flows hard on these monkeys. I hit Pro Gems and told them make my wrist chunky. Chain hung like donkey. And for them dudes who want it, nickname beautiful, keep them brass on me. Homie, I'm funky like leg shots to let you know that I'm serious. When the blocks get hot, I'm in the streets bare chested. I got money invested. Easy tested. My dogs ain't barking and them chickens ain't clucking and them pigs ain't searching and them birds ain't chirping. I'ma hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em. I'm a hustler for real. My dogs ain't barking and them chickens ain't clucking and them pigs ain't searching and them birds ain't chirping. I'ma hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em. I'm a hustler for real.
This ain't the young and restless. You could say the drama like support boy. Put your life on pause like a comma. When you cutting corners and you stacking money, so they turn comedians, man, they get to acting funny. I know the MCs, the real MCs. Same old same dude, man, them was shopping with me. Get a pumpkin head in front of your little daughter. You a broke pop machine, get you out of order. I'ma come and get you. Don't make me hit your shells like a snail or an armadillo. Watch the blue lights with the blue films, slice it, make them look like he got gills. This ain't artificial, man, it's real. Throw him in Lake Michigan and hope the nigga can't swim. And if he can't, I guess he won't live. Giving names, get your change, he ain't haters.
My dogs ain't barking and them chickens ain't clucking and them pigs ain't searching and them birds ain't chirping. I'ma hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em, hurt 'em. My dogs ain't barking and them chickens ain't clucking and them pigs ain't searching and them birds ain't chirping. I'ma hurt 'em, hurt 'em,
Shut your ass, bitch.
hurt 'em, hurt 'em. I'm a hustler for real.
And GLC, we heard it. Oh, yeah, we got how many days until the NFL returns? I believe it's 36. How many days until NFL kickoff? 29 days. Not 36. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good year of pigskin football. You never know who's going to ball. It always is kind of weird to think, like, who's going to win the Super Bowl? And what team's going to be the boss that no one expects to just be absolutely terrible? 49ers legend Roger Craig diagnosed with dementia. That's freaking terrible. Larry Fitzgerald made the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Kyle Shanahan says his car was on autopilot during the crash. Sean Merriman says he's happy for Justin Herbert, but he needs to win the other ring. And Eric Bieniemy returns to training camp. But first... Oh, jeez.
This is what football immortality sounds like.
That's weird. To me, nothing is immortal. I don't know. I feel like football could be gone in 100 years.
The cheers, the tears.
And Dad, I can't tell you how special it was.
And 5 gold jackets with a seat to football's...
Oh, yeah, Drew Brees.
...most exclusive table. For Drew Brees, the road to Canton ran straight through New Orleans.
You embraced me. You believed in me. But more importantly, you trusted me with the soul of the city.
The quarterback who helped transform the Saints and the city into champions.
It was your spirit that allowed us to be special.
They were showing people in the crowd that had a newspaper after they won, probably whatever the New Orleans newspaper is. I'm thinking like, man, that must have been one of the last years that like a newspaper really mattered. It was 2010.
Arizona Cardinals legendary wideout Larry Fitzgerald enshrined with his 3 sons looking on.
Remind me in 2 minutes to tell you a story about the 2010 Super Bowl and my grandpa.
His eldest Devin presenting his father's Hall of Fame bust.
Oh yeah, he's a legend, a baller, a Shaq Carr. first time he's had a bust.
For Fitzgerald turned the spotlight on the people who helped him reach football's ultimate summit, opening up about losing loved ones and those who
That sucks. I lost so much.
carried him through it.
I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by people and great institutions that surrounded me and nurtured me and inspired me to pursue excellence.
Ending with a message for his sons.
I'm proud of you, son. And I hope I'm giving you and your brothers the tools to live the lives you guys want to live.
Larry seems like a good ass dude. And then there's Roger Craig.
Joining Fitzgerald and Breeze, Roger Craig, who helped redefine the running back position with the San
he did. He was a baller.
San Francisco 49ers. Linebacker Luke Kuechly, whose career was brilliant but brief.
This class of 2026 is...
Yeah, that is a pretty baller move to get out before you get full on CTE. People playing 9 years.
special, and I'm so excited to enter with you guys.
And Adam Vinatieri, the clutch kicker of a generation defined by a winning resume and pressure-packed moments.
All right, Adam Vinatieri is a baller too. Oh my God, Luke Kuechly only played 8 seasons in the NFL. So he went to the Super Bowl that they lost because Cam Newton's a bitch for not jumping on his own fumble. A freaking idiot. Describes his legacy. I feel like Luke Kuechly would be talked about so much more had he won that Super Bowl. But he was the Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. So he was Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2012, which is pretty badass. Can't believe 2012 was that long ago. I can't believe a player that started in 2012 is running in the Hall. That's disgusting. Because he hasn't played since 2019. But then he was Defensive Player of the Year. The year they went to the Super Bowl. And Cam Newton's like, I'm good. Well, I jump on my fumble. I want to go bang a side chick. And then the Tennessee Titans have a new mascot. This will be real quick.
T-Rap is showing you why he's a third-time Pro Bowler.
Mischievous and energetic. He's the...
Sounds like a side chick. And was this Diana Taurasi's new gig?
The Tennessee Titans raccoon mascot.
All right. At least it's not a beaver. I'd be getting sued by buggies. All right. We'll do NBA news in a little bit. We're going to go through. Okay. TMZ headlines. Tyler Boebert's the son of Lauren Boebert, and he was arrested for child sex exploitation. Wow. There are so many pedophiles. It's creepy. In-N-Out Burgers being sued for religious discrimination. Jimmy Kimmel brought out the woman that said blowjob on air. Probably got one after. Anne Hathaway attends the movie premiere, and her belly, man. If you said to me, you could have an opportunity to have sex with a pregnant Anne Hathaway. Yeah, I ain't passing that up. USA swimming CFO got caught with theft. What a loser. McDonald's coworkers got married on the gym. Kelly Clarkson says she has small boobs. I always have a saying about boobs. And okay, that's what I'm going to say. I got to figure out how to say this. And it kind of... If you have one of those boobs that, at least when you're on top, it's at least making some sort of movement, that's fine. Even if it's little itty bitty big cups. But if my boobs right here that are flat, if my flat boobs are bustier than yours, I'm just not going to be attracted to you. I'm sorry. And while Mark Zuckerberg was on his yacht, they failed to help out a boat that needed help in Alaska. He's such a piece of garbage. Chris Watts, that creepy murderer, he has a new wife. She just looks like a crazy broad. Probably watches all the murder documentaries. Just a complete sociopathic loser. Wendy's sales are slumping, and so is Burger King. It's almost like we don't want to pay weird prices. Oh, I didn't like this, but NFL star Marcus Wiley, his domestic violence case was dropped. We all know he probably did it. We've all heard about his temper. And what happened there was because he's rich and lean, he probably paid his ex off. He's like, hey, I don't really need this right now. Can you go away? It's very unfortunate. Is it ever? All right, see what's going on with Instagram. Drake responds to a woman who says she caught him looking at her mid-video. All right, and I can't play it because it's got music in the background. But let's see here. They're making the Coyote versus Acme movie after Warner Brothers vaulted the movie. Yeah, I don't know. Warner Brothers is just terrible. They don't want to pay for anything on HBO Max. They raise the prices. They have this racket. I keep saying that. I sound like MJ. They have this racket where they, for like Black Friday, they offer it a whole year for $2.99 per month. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Premium, let's go. And then when it was March, you know, there's that thing, you know, I just feel like playing the music. No, it's March Madness. And the March Madness did not come with the package. So then I had to sign up. And then my $2 deal went away because there was nowhere to watch it online. I didn't want to pay for YouTube TV. But whatever. First, a real problem. Oh, I know there's probably some listener out there that's talking about it. Go on, Ryan. Don't forget that story you were going to tell. All right, well, here it is. I'll be honest. I actually had to pause my episode to see what it was. Okay, so in 2010, it was February 2010, the last 8 months of my grandpa was alive. The last ever Super Bowl he ever got to watch. And my grandpa loved football. Your typical Chicagoan. And it was a really close game. You all remember the onside kick that Sean Payton did. It got them the ball. And then Peyton Manning threw that interception. Actually, let me load the play so I can describe to you what happened. So my grandpa was eating dinner, correct? Yeah, I mean, you weren't there, so I'm not lying. But my grandpa was eating dinner, and he was done. So he put the food pan at the end of his bed in the nursing home, and there was this very overweight Russian woman named Olga who was blocking the view during this play. So I'm going to reenact my grandpa while the game's on. Hey, I can't see.
Look out.
What's going on, Ryan?
Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Hey, Olga. Hey, down in front. Hey, down in front. Hey, down in front. And then the woman even seemed to take longer.
Saying don't blitz. Well, they sent everybody.
My grandpa. Hey, down in front. My jaw dropped because Olga did not seem to appreciate that. All right, let's see what's going on with Drake.
So Drake thought that this model that walked out on his stream last night was actually Yumi, Young Thug's recently signed artist. And
oh my God, you know, he's trying to plow her.
He even said he thought she was AI, so I will...
She does look like AI. You know some of those hot-ass women that just look absolutely ridiculous? There's no way this broad's a real person.
I'll you guys the clip, but for some context, Young Thug's recently signed artist Yumi had been accused of being an AI artist before she signed to him, so Young Thug embraced the joke when he signed her and said, hey, this is our first AI artist.
We signed our first AI artist.
And when this model with...
I hate that hip-hop sound effect. It always gives me that... I like a good air horn, but obviously because I have it in the outro, but that little thing always gives me anxiety.
A very similar name walked out on stream last night. Drake thought it was her. So he even said he wanted her in his video too. So, hey, maybe he needs to make a call to Young Thug.
Oh, this guy's trying to sound so urban. Bro, your name's probably Brandon and you're probably from San Jose. Shut up. Former dumb OnlyFans model Courtney Clenny sentenced to 6 years in prison with credit for nearly 4 years after stabbing her boyfriend to death. Can you imagine if a man did that? That is a walking double standard. And she's one of those, you know, like when you see a naturally beautiful woman and they almost look hotter without makeup. She's one of those, though, that, oh my God, without makeup, she is disgusting looking, just an absolute pig. Chud the Builder has been released after spending nearly 4 months behind bars. Loser. You're a chode. Everybody has a chode. I bet his penis is like, I want to just be chopped off. Just become a girl already. Get away from me. July 2026 was the hottest month ever. You couldn't have. I'm not surprised. You didn't need to tell me. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't have air. I was there. It was hot. And it's funny. I have a friend named Matt who's going back to, he's interning to be a teacher at a school in Pinellas County. And I told him, I said, dude, the day you go back to school is the day it's going to be nice weather. And as I'm in the studio, as he's back in school right now, teaching on 8/11/2026 at noon, maybe he's in lunch break, I'll look out the window and it's sunny. It's always like that, dude, wherever you live. The best weather is once you're back in school. Drake says he hates the word tricking.
Afraid to do something for somebody. You know, I was saying the other night, I hate the term tricking. Because tricking has a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, it does. It's not really positive. No one goes, oh yeah, you're tricking me, man.
Like you're doing something for somebody for something in exchange.
Expectations in return.
Yeah, that was kind of like your friendship with underage Millie Bobby Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah, feel it.
I do feel that. He also fell Millie Bobby Brown. He's a creep. What's going on here?
Tragic story out of Brazil. 17-year-old influencer Sofia Murillo.
Oh my gosh, she's 17. Jesus Christ. You have to ID girls, huh? Hey, can I see your ID? And you gotta get one of those things I can tell if it's a fake. Jesus Christ, I would have thought she was 23. I'm glad they said what age she was.
Her mother and her grandmother died in a fiery helicopter crash.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go on a helicopter ever. Oh, what's going on with this twat?
Chud the Builder has been released from jail after months behind bars.
Oh, yeah. He just looks like somebody that would write a horrible thing to me in the comment section. He just was such a friggin' dork.
Chud was charged with attempted murder in connection with a shooting outside a Montgomery County courthouse on May 13th.
Wow, I guess that was 4 months ago. Well, because it's weird. Technically, 5 + 3 is 8, but they're doing it. It's like the thing on LinkedIn with anniversaries where it's like a month early because they're counting the exact. So it's like May, June, July, August, even though we're not all the way through August. It's very weird because like if you're in like my anniversary at Beasley is June. Well, the first one before I magically quit would have been April, but June 2024 is when this company let me back. And I start getting the notifications in May. It's just confusing.
And he was released Monday morning.
All right. He said no comment on Twitter. He should have just had no comments in general, and his whole life would be better off. Yeah, he'd still be a racist moron like Anthony Cumia. Man, you don't want to ever meet your heroes. I was looking at Twitter the other day, and Anthony Cumia unfollowed me. I was like, oh, no. Probably because I'm not But he totally doesn't. No, never mind. It's not even worth it. Leave it alone, as the fan base says. What's going on with Lena the Plug? Leave it alone to plug.
Back then, it was like they had a really big platform on Snapchat and they were trying to figure out what to do with the audience. And so we were like creating content for Snapchat specifically.
What I love about this is I didn't fall for the trick. It says Lena the Plug leaves fans stunned after she went against her husband. And then the whole video is about like her platform. This is why I said, let me see what Lena the Plug says, because I would have said it before. I avoided the car crash sound effect.
So that was like back before OnlyFans.
Yeah, back then you were having to do actual videos. I think porn was better off without OnlyFans, because I've met professional porn stars. Like people think they're just women that take semen to the face. I mean, that's what they do for a living, but they're still human. Despite the semen on the face.
What happens when you go a week without having sex with your wife? Nothing.
For the guy, maybe it's not nothing.
Right? It's just a week. No big deal. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. After 7 days, your bond starts to slowly disappear.
I can kind of see that, you know, like when like so. Yeah, it happened to me in my situationship. I'm trying to think of how to say this. You're like in a relationship or a situationship, and all of a sudden they're not putting out, and it's like, oh, we'll do it soon. Even though the whole relationship began on a one-night stand. The worst is when the girl's like, I don't really need to have sex anymore. She's like, I've had so much sex in my life, I'm good. Especially when they're a little older. and then they find out they're banging guys after you're broke up, you're like, no, you just didn't want to have sex with me, which is fine. Just tell me.
You can still live in the same house.
This woman's the worst. They do all these car selfies. I want to know where the car selfie came from. I mean, I've made a few car selfie videos, but I was also like 25.
Here's some facts about women and their phones. Guys, I need you to listen to my words on this.
After clicking the link in the bio,
this is going to be the dirty little details that you would never imagine. And so the things that you were once comfortable about or wondering.
God, get to the fucking point, honey.
Hey, did this happen in our relationship when she was cheating? Whatever it may be, well, here's the scoop. Oh my God, women are going to kill me for this. Grimy women will pull over in their car, delete text messages and videos and whatever else that they're doing with the guy that they're speaking to behind your back.
I can see that.
And then block them so that when they get home, they can leave their phone out, being comfortable that you're not going to find anything.
I feel like this raggedy woman is kind of talking about herself.
Okay. You're not going to find anything because everything was deleted and that person that she has blocked.
Isn't there also like a calculator app?
Has no idea that he's blocked because now on the Apple, you can see that messages were delivered so that poor...
All right, there you go. I don't care. I just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I show respect in my dates. I try to be a good enough person. Am I a good person? No. Am I a bad person? No. I'm like in the middle. Here's Brittany Renner having no shame at the gym.
This feels so good. I'm telling.
She's like laying back in one of those machines where you like grab your arm and you push forward and you have a weight on. You have weight on each side. It appears to have maybe between 40 to 50 pounds on each side.
If you're not having sex, the gym is a great alternative. But also, I would love to be getting railed, but
I'm adding that to the outro. The outro is just going to end up being 15 minutes of Brittany Renner clips about sex. Again, I literally just paused the show to add that, so. I don't think you will ever hear a podcast like this. Everybody in the radio is tripping out about losing their job or whatever, the AI. Even though that dumb broad said I don't make money doing the show, people on the radio don't make money anymore. We can make money flipping burgers with you, honey. Drake is talking to the goth girl.
The one thing I would do would be anything you want. So you just get to pick one thing, anything in the world, and I'll buy it for you.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yeah. You don't have to decide right now, but...
Would you buy my mom a house?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to.
Yeah, I'll plot you all over that house. Here is a woman named Silky getting mad at Drake.
I can't admit, like, the guy was just not tapped in. She just did it like a...
I feel like this was a brilliant move by Drake to do this dating show on Kick, because even though he's not really into girls above the age, he's still being funny.
No fucking brain water. That just hugs your absolute wagon.
There's no brain in there. I know she's...
All right, it's one of those commentary clips. Sorry, not everything's great. Here's Blueface apologizing to Navia for cheating.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit, I know.
Yeah, he's a loser. His mom didn't help that situation either. Here's Akon talking about performing in the Middle East. This is a funny story. I didn't even think this story was true.
I can't say which family, but for the most part, it was the craziest thing because they booked me for $1 million, right? And was like, well, we want you to perform for the family. We have this huge event, and my daughter's the biggest fan. I said, okay, amazing. So we get prepared. They do everything. Like, it was set up to where it's going to be like that. I even had a dressing room with all my condiments, everything on my rider. Like, it was like top notch. So, I go in, and I'm getting ready for the show and everything else. It was interesting because I'm like, the castle is so big, I don't hear any music, right? So I'm like, wow, this is huge. Like, so they walking me to the show. They walked me to this huge hall, but there's only 3 chairs. Monster stage, LED lights, lasers, everything. And I'm sitting on the side of the stage waiting for my audience.
No fucking way.
Yo, 3 people came. The daughter, the son, and the wife. And she's sitting in the middle. She's just like, cheesy, just can't wait. I walk out, and it's like, okay, this is my audience. Right? Wow. So I go.
God, this podcast is so much better without that Indian guy from Andrew Schultz's show. What was it, Keisha or whatever?
Going to my show, and in the middle of it, she said, no, stop. And I was like, what's going on, sweetheart? Everything okay? She's like, I want to hear Mr. Lonely. I said, that's it? She said, yes, can you just play that first? I said, okay, no problem. So we start singing Mr. Lonely. She's like, lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely, right? So the song finished, she's like, again.
No. Well, he was a scam artist for that fake city, so he got scammed. Yeah, he's definitely an example of don't meet your heroes, even though he's got a great voice. I love that voice on Neo. Here's Piper O'Carroll talking about, I don't know.
Honestly, I've never actually asked my real dad what he thinks about it. I wonder if he even knows.
Yeah, he probably does, babe.
But, yeah.
So you almost never talked to him?
No, I've never, he was never in my life, but for my 18th.
Oh, yeah. Just fitting the stereotype of daddy issues.
birthday, I actually got a lot of hate and backlash for this, but I kind of like tricked him into meeting me because he never wanted anything to do with me for my whole entire life. Anytime I tried to show him anything that I was doing, he was like, don't show me this, I don't give a I'll meet her when she's 18. And cool, he wanted to meet me when I was 18. But
Why would your dad want to wait till you're 18? What the
That's very strange. I gotta agree with Adam there.
And then, so I tricked him into meeting me. I pretended to be a student of his. So he thought he was meeting up with a boy.
Wow, she does not like her father. This reminds me of broads I've dated.
And I walked up and I was like, hi, I'm Piper. And he looked at me. He was like, oh my God. Well, first he didn't even know who I was. Yeah, I was live streaming.
Whoa.
People really got upset with me, and I understand to an extent, but like when it's your own father.
You're an annoying broad. You're gonna have a hard life. Here's Brittany Renner laying against the wall working on.
Do you ever see yourself in a relationship?
Can you imagine Brittany Renner's raggedy ass just walking in your gym, just filming herself?
I mean,
I bet she's the talk of the gym. In more ways than one. You know what I mean?
Ever in a relationship makes it seem like life is pretty long.
She's having a midlife crisis, isn't she? I feel like every early 90s baby's having it. All the older people are like, you're too young to have it. No, I can have it whenever, bitch.
Of course, I'm sure. I mean, I don't. Look at me, I'm stumbling. I'm like, I mean, shit, I don't know.
Gosh, you got a gray rack.
I don't know.
God, I would plow her.
Ash Trevino is now being ordered to stay away from men and women with criminal records.
She looks like a crazy ass woman there.
Which is interesting after authorities claim she has had relationships with 50 to 75 inmates over the past few years. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the judge who decided Ash will not have to serve jail time has imposed restrictions on her newfound freedom, including who she's allowed to spend it with.
All right, there you go. What's going on with this friggin' loser?
Representative Lauren Boebert's son is back in legal trouble. This time he's been arrested on multiple felony charges tied to the alleged exploitation of a child. 21-year-old Tyler Boebert was arrested Sunday in Colorado with court records listing the
Yeah, you gotta be mad at your kid when this happens.
alleged offense date as January 1st, 2024.
I'm sure somehow because Biden was in office, he'll be blamed at that time because it had not been, because that was 2024. I was thinking, Biden was in office. Brittany Renner gets upset for Kevin Gates getting brought up.
We've watched you on Cake before. So that's how, I know you before that.
God, she looks smoking hot. She kind of looks like my ex. Maybe that's why I got a type of crazy runs.
Obviously. Yeah.
So she's got this like white dude, this like white trash guy, because she's in Alabama, talking to her.
Kevin Gates, but I love you also.
Why do you keep talking about Kevin?
Because he's not trying to get his rocks off. She's literally saying she wants to get plowed at the gym, and then this guy's like, let me just not have a chance.
The love of God.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Because why? Why do you keep bringing him up?
She's a cutie pie.
Because that's how you're associated, regardless of your own personal endeavors.
Oh, for the love of God.
Through individual.
Well, I've been famous long before.
You're right.
And
you're
long
right.
after, babe, okay?
Yeah, famous for having penis in your mouth. I mean, it's fine. We all, not me, but sometimes we all need a little, never mind. I'm just saying, like, you're not that important, not that interesting. Oh, this is called clickbait. Here's what DJ Envy said about Chris Brown.
To me, oh God, Chris Brown is the greatest performer ever.
And people were mad that he said that instead of Michael Jackson.
Hello? So you say Chris Brown's better than Michael Jackson?
Yes.
No.
Yes. When it comes to dancing, absolutely.
Yeah, I will say, I think he's better. I think Chris Brown, had he never beat up Rihanna, had he never thrown a chair, Good Morning America, had he never had the stand-ups, had he never had the dog, it's all the controversy. I mean, his controversy page on Wikipedia is as long as his discography. If none of that happened, I think we would be looking at him as like how Kobe is compared to Jordan. Notice I didn't say LeBron.
He's Michael Jackson on crack now.
Hell yeah, he is. Okay. Here's baby. Here's Blueface and Navia driving around with cash in her hands. I can't play it because it's got music. Sorry. I know it's annoying. You want to pay for my copyright? Actually, I should get so on the Klein and Alley show, they have a guy named Blind Charlie, who's like a millionaire, who got like a settlement, and he like buys the show everything. It's my favorite radio show out in LA on K-Rock 106.7. I need to have a sugar daddy for the show. If you want to pay for my expenses, I won't suck you off. You don't get to do anything to my back door, but you still, it sounds so ridiculous. But you can still be mentioned on the show. 856-494-6773. We're taking applications for sugar daddies. Speaking of sugar daddies, Blueface and his baby mama got into an argument.
Okay, listen. I don't want to listen to nothing you have to say. I want to tell you how dumb you are. Watch this. Hey, chat, y'all got the VOD from this clip? Go to the VOD and take the music off and send it to me. And when you're wrong, I want you to apologize to the whole entire world for being a dumb bitch and looking at clips.
Yeah, he's got like abusive eyes. Can you imagine being like her mom? Because her mom's written comments on videos defending her daughter. Can you imagine being her mom and like, your daughter is obviously being a cloud chaser. She's obviously being a moron, but like your daughter is still your daughter.
Dumb bitch. A dumb bitch. See? What they say. Y'all see how he comes back and disrespects me? Yeah, because you just said I said something I never said. So sweet. I love it.
All right. Well, you're staying there, so just shut up. At some point, it's like no one's making you be there. Neon got seduced by an 89-year-old woman.
You know you want to be on the bed with him.
Oh, yeah. Mouth hug with no teeth. Perfect. Just close your eyes and pretend it's Alabama.
There we go.
Oh, you. Oh, you.
Neon is showing his little gay side there, which is fine. Here's some more arguments between Navia and Blueface. Jesus Christ.
Don't do that. Don't you do that.
She's like a Temu version of Call Me Outside or Catch Me Outside, bro.
Why would you don't out-trash this for me to pick it up?
You know. Only thing is, the Catch Me Outside girl is self-made, even though she's annoying. There's another argument between Blueface and Navia at the park.
Now, my son turns 3 years old, he gonna be slapping this little nigga around like, bro, stop running to
Watch
mommy.
your motherfucking mouth, because he ain't gonna do
mommy
shit.
for everything.
I love she says, watch your mouth. And she says, M up. Here's sad Navia. I love this stuff, man. This is so parasocially unhealthy.
Why me? So, the best thing I could do
man. The video editing skills of some of these videos are dreadful. I know not everybody goes to a trade school, but my God, it's like the music's so freaking loud. Here's another argument with Navia and Blueface. I love this.
What the fuck are you talking
What
about?
you got so much attitude for? Tell me.
Alright, it's kind of getting to a point where it's not funny anymore. It's kind of a little BSM. It's got bad vibes. Here's Adam 22 being interviewed by TMZ about drink.
Everyone's talking about, Leno going on the dating show with Drake.
Right.
I mean, when you finally watched the episode, what was going through your head?
She told me a couple of things. Like we discussed the permission slip beforehand, so that was like not a surprise. Okay. But then when she threw the ring, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happens when you cheat on your wife, you moron. This is what I've noticed. I've seen it with Tampa Morning Radio. Cheat on your wife, and then it's like, why is my wife doing it? They got needs too.
I did feel a little something for a moment there. Like, damn, you really had to take a dump on our relationship right there. Like, I don't know. Like we had.
I was not sure where he was going with that.
A little something for a moment there. Like, damn, you really had to take a dump on our relationship right there. Like, I don't know. Like we had to have a conversation about that, but ultimately, that's my baby. I love her. Even
sounds delightful. Sounds like relationship goals of marriage. We all want to bend.
If I felt like she went a little over the line with that move, like, I might be doing pretty good financially these days, but I bought that ring back when money was a little bit harder to come by, so it means a lot to me. So
yeah, that's the thing. The relationship's about money. Oh, yeah, the hall pass or whatever, but the money. Let me look something up. 1 second. Adam 22 is not Jewish. Okay, he's Irish and German. There you go. Just had to check. Here is everyone's favorite bust down, Joy Taylor, talking about alpha males.
What's an alpha male? Like you guys are
half the people that you had sex with to get ahead in life.
Bootlicking weirdo groupies.
Yeah, treating women like shit,
but you do it because other men tell you to do it.
Exactly. Like, it's all to impress other men.
This fat ass is hoping to bang her.
Give anything. Like if you want to talk about a sissy.
All right, there you go. Sissy. And then there's this.
The T is, if you work in the entertainment industry,
you are sucking off everybody to get it. So without giving head. I have really no redeeming talents.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHappyRadio.com.
Happy hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop. We also need to be affectionate, and you can see that with Barack and Michelle as well. They do a lot of touching, kissing, even fisting.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
The semen was so big.
It's not lacking any meat, and that's what real women need.
Gossip, bullshit.
Stop cussing.
It looks like you went and got a job.
Nut on the iPad screen, whatever the case might be, in your hand, in a sock, or whatever. Like, thank you. But also, I would love to be getting railed, but...
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Don't worry, Fresno. Happy hour will be right back.
Marcella Risque, asking you the question. Do you know where your girl at? Where she at? Where she at? In the day and age of the player, it's time to reveal the locality of your woman and where she like to chill. I'm ready to pipe a hill, cause you ain't handling yours. Removing the drawers and just pursuing the cause. You be moving your jaws, but your actions ain't explaining. Knowledge the type of brother keeping headboards banging, but sure maintaining. Pull up, Yo, baby, you can roll bumping cuts. The whip is your game. Tight as the Super Bowl. That's how we do it, G. No woman is on a leash. And if you thought so, why she out? Chilling with me, no doubt. Brothers asleep. You ain't got her on lock. My orthopedic is heated cause I'm keeping it hot. Deep in the spot. Retrieving the prop. Shorty was fine, I must reveal it. She snapping acrylics in my spine with a soft, passionate one at the end when I prove. What's your homie's first question when I enter the room? Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. Where's your girl at? She caught between me and my springs. Yo, where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. And the reason for that, cause it's the players click clean. Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. Where's your girl at? She caught between me and my springs. Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. And the reason for that, cause it's the players click clean. He ain't a gentleman, so baby ain't no need for settling. Ready to break your door down because you wouldn't let him in. Whenever men be tripping at clubs, movies, and malls, will let you kick it with your girls and threatening phone calls that shouldn't be yours. People are the ill things he does. Mad pushes and shoves when it could have been hugs or maybe a rose. Baby, the story is told. When he asked you for your number, maybe you should have been bold and put him on hold. Cause the man's getting outlandish. Queens calling your house, no doubt. This brother's scandalous, never understanding. He's equipped to get worse. You should be chilling with me while he's out doing his dirt. Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. Where's your girl at? She caught between me and my spring. Yo, where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. And the reason for that, cause it's the players click clean. Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. Where's your girl at? She caught between me and my spring. Yo, where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. And the reason for that, cause it's the players click clean. She heard enough of it, so she telling you that she's celibate. Homie, you're never loving it. Knowledge MC's rubbing it. Remember, kid, when you fall into situations, I be pulling numbers like caller identification. It's a thin line between yours becoming mine and I'm a earner. You treat her like she's Anna May Turner. My concerns to lead her into lavish days. She's getting burnt by eating to your savage ways. The average gaze will reveal you're just a loser, constant abuser. Your girl's mine if I choose her. It ain't about trying to be a player, a man. I put women like Marcus Graham while displaying the facts. Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. Where's your girl at? She caught between me and my spring. Yo, where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. And the reason for that, cause it's the players click clean. Where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. Where's your girl at? She caught between me and my spring. Yo, where's your girl? She caught between me and my mattress. And the reason for that, cause it's the players click clean. Yeah, Marcelo Escape.
Oh yeah, that was Knowledge MC with Where's Your Girl from the Risque album.
Where she at?
She's on my lap, right at me. I'm close.
Ain't that
Welcome to Happy Hour.
And now something completely different. Doors closing. And now something completely different.
It's Hoppe Hour.
Happy hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the land. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Turn it up, it's Happy Hour time. Kardashian news, we dissect the climb. There's no fluff, raw truth and wine. Mike's hot, Hoppy speaks what's on his mind. Nepotism's thrown, they sitting in the plush. Built an empire off nothing but the hush. Reality's a script, ain't no realness in the cut. Talents on vacation, they just taking what's corrupt.
demolition. Exposing fake lives, media's worst addiction. Idiocracy crown, it's the brain on snooze. Clickbait queens, welcome to Kardashian News. Kardashian News, where the truth gets aired. Hoppy breaking down the hype, y'all beware. Fake lives, fake drama they choose. No talent required, it's Kardashian News. Kardashian News, where the truth gets aired. Hoppy breaking down the hype, y'all beware. Fake lives, fake drama they choose. No talent required, it's Kardashian News. Diamond studded lies, selling dreams to the broke. Go. Happy hot topic.
Ah, Jays.
As for Kim Kardashian's bond with Lewis Hamilton, that's solid. Kim posting these new pics, but less than an hour later.
Possible break-in at location.
Yeah, her house got broken into.
Sheriffs were called to Kim's massive $60 million Hidden Hills mansion for a break-in Sunday afternoon.
That is a freaking huge house for literally being a bust down.
And one of the cars parked at the reality star's home was stolen.
Oh, that sucks. Hopefully she has insurance. I'm kidding.
Today on TMZ.
All right, today is a terrible day to be a Swiftie.
Oh, God. This annoying freaking woman is in for Harvey. And nah, we're not doing this. No. Sorry. No. They should have had Charlie do it. That girl's so friggin' annoying. Nah, if she was like, oh my God, I want to have sex with you, I mean, I'm not going to say no, but nah. We ain't doing that. Nah. That is no. All right, let's do this here.
Hillary Duff pays tribute to her late ex, Aaron Carter, during her Philadelphia concert.
Wonder if there were any guides that were exes with Aaron Carter.
While performing in Philadelphia on August 9th, the Disney Channel alum pays tribute to Aaron, whom she dated on and off for 3 years in the early aughts. For her show, the Lizzie McGuire
God, she's so freaking hot.
Star wears a white t-shirt featuring Aaron. The short sleeve shirt shows a young Aaron early on in his career.
All right, poor Aaron. What a hard life. No pun intended.
Happy hot topic.
Kelly Clarkson is almost suffering a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh my God, the word wardrobe malfunction is so freaking. Unless your nipples out or I can see your freaking twat, it's not a wardrobe malfunction. Oh my God, I saw a little skin. Wow. Look. You hear that slapping noise? Looking at skin right now, too. It's not a wardrobe malfunction.
At her studio sessions residency at Caesar's Palace on August 8th, the singer speaks to the audience when her shirt suddenly starts having a mind of its own.
Right.
In footage shared on social media, Kelly says,
"There's a lot of amazing things happening." There's nothing.
That was nothing. It was barely her belly button. If she never addressed it, you would have never thought about it. You saw nothing.
Martha Stewart unveils her secret ingredient to a perfect summer.
I don't know, just laying around waiting to die.
The lifestyle expert debuts an unexpected hair transformation, trading in her signature light.
Holy end of life crisis right here.
Blonde locks for a rose gold pink look.
All right, there you go. There's Martha, a side check. Here's a side check.
Aubrey Plaza is a mom. The Parks and
a part of me just feels like Christopher Abbott. She got with him way too fast. I know you have to move on after your husband kills himself, but there's just something about it that I just feel like she was with that guy before he died. There's just a vibe.
Recreation alum has welcomed her and Christopher Abbott's first child together, according to photos published by TMZ.
Yeah, you know, arguments with her are freaking just... God, you know, they'd be annoying.
Happy hot topic.
Totally not, because she's Puerto Rican.
Matthew McConaughey is making it a family affair. The Oscar winner hit the red carpet for a special screening of his new film, The Rivals of Amaziah King, at Matthew McConaughey Cinema in Austin, Texas. Matthew was joined by his wife, Camila Alves, alongside their 3 children, Levi, Livy.
All right, so that's Nepo news, and then we got more Nepo news.
Yeah.
What up, Joe Show? You little bitch.
Yep.
you here. Same old names every year. Family ties, velvet rope. Hand-me-downs with a golden hope. Front row seats to the same old game. New face, old last name. You can smell the favor in the air. Like the door guy.
Imagine Ian Beckles' flavor.
Tell me why they keep sliding by. Tell me
why does Joseph Carmel have a radio show?
So fly. Never be new. Same name, new shoes. Never be new. Who really pay dues? Never be new. Everybody gets through. Never be new.
Right now.
Happy Hot Topic.
Adam Sandler is stepping out with his family on the red carpet.
Yeah, as much as I joke around about babies, he seems like a good dude.
Adam and Jackie Sandler step out with their daughters, 20-year-old Sadie Sandler and 17-year-old Sunny Sandler.
The 20-year-old one's hot. 17-year-old one is underage, so no comment.
For the New York City premiere of...
All right, so there's what's going on with this? Well,
Leela Taylor is sharing she had a hernia repaired following a botched surgery.
as a Mormon wife with a hernia, that's no good. Oh, it's time for Britney Spears news.
Yeah, live from the bird. Yeah, you know where to go. Happy out, Britney News Part 2. 6'9" ran Big Mike, big rating. Talk wild about sex, love dating. St. Pete, sun signal hit the equator. Local boy talk like a glowing narrator. Cat lame Luna on the gram, she a queen. Her on the board, her on the screen. Freeze is free, that y'all fell for the plan. Hope ain't spun by the suits, not the fans. Britney News is back, crap crazy, crazy. Y'all got played and the story got hazy. They sold you a script, y'all called it a cause, but the cash came first, he just gave them applause. Britney News is back, crap crazy. They wrote the whole time, y'all called it amazing. Turn that down, Hoppy cut through the scam.
Right now.
Happy Hot Topic.
My eye was down like this for 4 weeks.
Britney Spears wants to be given less Botox. On August 8th, the Grammy winner details her unfortunate experience with cosmetic injectables on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I gotta be careful out there. But she is like a 4-year-old.
Sharing it left her with some regrets.
Really bad because he put so much Botox in this left eye that it drew down like that.
That sucks. You don't like when that happens. I don't even know what that means, but it does not sound ideal. It does not sound like something I want to have happen. Oh, jeez. What's going on with this annoying woman right here and her fake relationship? Oh, it's so staged.
Happy Hot Topic.
Oprah Winfrey is making a rare public appearance with Stedman Graham.
I didn't even know he's still alive. The running joke, all the boomers. Oh, they're just a private couple. She's totally not gay with, Gayle King. They're just a very private couple.
The former daytime TV host steps out with her longtime partner for the 40th anniversary celebration of The Oprah Winfrey Show.
Oh, yeah. I remember I used to sometimes pretend I was sick so I could listen to Eddie and Joba in a Chicago radio institution that got me into radio. And I would pretend to be sick so I didn't have to go to school. Usually when my dad was going to school. So, my mom, the punishment, though, was like my mom would have Oprah on ABC 7. I was like, God, she's annoying.
Marking the couple's first appearance in nearly a decade.
Where's Harvey Weinstein, your best friend?
During the event at Navy Pier in Chicago, the two spent quality time with former...
The name of the Instagram account is The Chef Art Smith, but it looks like The Chef Art Smith.
Workers and friends with food by Chef Art Smith's restaurant...
Fart Smith.
Union.
I bet that food made everyone fart Smith.
Oprah says in a video shared to the restaurant's Instagram account, while Art and Stedman hold up a massive plate piled high with chicken wings, hey, Art's fried chicken.
All right, there you go. Just a walking stereotype. Totally not really in love with Gayle King. They're just friends. They hang out more than they do with their husbands.
Happy Hot Topic.
Brad Pitt is sharing insight into a dark personal struggle. During an interview with Esquire, published August 10th, the F1 star...
It's gotta suck having on your conscience that you're a deadbeat dad.
Are details that he experienced suicidal ideation that shifted his perspective on mental health.
All right. Yeah. We're all going to feel bad for him.
Kate Beckinsale is pushing back against comments about her appearance.
Jesus Christ. If you are commenting online about what Kate Beckinsale looks like, not only are you a loser, but you're a liar and a failure.
Just before wiping her Instagram account.
Oh, that's our punishment. You say something mean and then she gets in her head and deletes it. Why would you do that to us? You know we love her.
Of all posts, the Pearl Harbor actress addressed online criticism about her weight and shared screenshots of messages.
Baby, Kate, listen to me. I care about you. I'm very attracted to you. I love older women. I'm going to tell you, those are haters. Those are losers that would never say it to your face. It drives them nuts how pretty you are and how a chance they have with you.
She'd received online. In an August 8th Instagram story, Beckinsale reflected on the reason she decided to take several months away from social media. You take a break from Instagram for several months following the death of your mother. Delete.
Yeah, it seems a little not ideal to have the death of a mom.
All of your posts and explain in some considerable detail, including the fact that weight loss is one of the very first physical signs of bereavement.
I'm sorry, baby, but again, you're giving it all attention. No one would have thought about it. And I have horrible people say horrible things to me. I occasionally read it if I'm feeling confident, usually after working out. But you, Kate, you can't read it. You're Kate freaking Beckinsale. And you're letting the haters get to you, baby? Come on. You're better than that. I can't play it, but there was a clone of Usher at another stage. Sorry. It's got the music.
Well, it is a brand new week, and you guessed it, brand new records continue to roll in.
Whatever. I don't care. Spider-Man broke the record. Yippee-ki-yay. 856-49 Hoppe. We're getting a little cranky. In about an hour, we're going to be doing a good thing here. Usually we're just talking. And by the way, if you're listening in Fresno, check it out on the Happy Hour feed. Or maybe I should attach it to the 6 a.m. hour. We'll figure it out. Actually, that's what I'll do. All right, so that it's already aired, because this is pre-recorded. This is so confusing. Okay, so what you're listening to was recorded the day before, and this is airing 8 to 10 a.m. But I do about 2.5 hours of the show, and it's called Garbage Time. It doesn't air in Fresno. It does not air in Hot 97.7. And today we're having the big gay radio show on with Esme Russell and Chris Gorman to talk about trans rights, because Florida's being a little crazy. And that will be in the 6 a.m. hour, which means you've already heard it. I'm getting confused. So we're going to move on. Oh, jeez. That just describes that sequence of talking.
Happy Hot Topic!
What's up, white people? This is your boy DJ Y, and I'm back with another episode. So in social media, the
I can't listen to this. So, it's going to talk about him, about Blueface and Christian hooking up. Rick Ross now has a girlfriend. The problem with those videos, I like the urban news, but my God, he sounds stupid.
Bella Thorne is shaking up the Spring Breakers sequel.
Oh my God, that is going to be a good movie. Remember the album cover? Oh my God, freaking Vanessa Hudgens looked so hot.
Disney Channel alum is set to write, direct, and star in the upcoming Spring.
Oh my God, I'm going to do, okay. Give me It has loaded up on the screen. All right, whatever. So Bella Thorne's going to be in the movie. It has on the screen the cover to the movie. It has the cover to the movie, which is a great movie. I'll be right back. I can see why John Brennan didn't like this show. It is so boring.
I literally froze.
Dylan Sprouse reveals that a surprising encounter with two Hollywood icons made him quit smoking altogether. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody alum tells the story of how he and his wife, Barbara Palvin, met late filmmaker David Lynch in a visit to the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast.
People that listen to
August 4th.
All right, there you go. What do we got here? No more Brad Pitt news. I can't handle it. Never even thought he was that interested. What do we got here?
Goldie Hawn is making 80 the new 20. In her daughter Kate Hudson's Instagram post shared August 4th, the actress dances around with pure joy in a black bathing suit, holding a massive bottle of wine.
Oh yeah, I would carry the Goldie Hawn all night. As everybody knows, that is a listener of Happy Hour. Everybody's aware I love my cougars. It's kind of my thing.
The shenanigans were on a European family getaway, and in the background, a voice can be heard hyping up Goldie, saying, "There she goes, there she goes, there she goes."
All right, there she goes, I guess. Right under Ryan Hobby's lap.
Food production company Taylor Farms back in the spotlight. They're pulling products, more of them made with jalapenos.
I don't even like jalapenos. If I have it on Mexican food, not only am I farting all night. The other problem is the fact that you drink a lot of soda to wash it down.
She's like, "Dad, don't go," and she's bawling, and she doesn't usually do that. She's like, "The roof's gonna come off," and I'm like, "What is she talking about?"
That's Travis Barker recalling his daughter Alabama's chilling warning.
That is a very strange warning. It's also weird to think that she was a toddler when you had that crash in 2009.
Just hours before a flight that would end in a fiery plane crash, leaving him one of only 2 survivors.
That sucks. What's here?
Congratulations are also in order for John Hamm, who's going to be a first-time dad at 55.
How is married life? How's it been so far? So far, so good.
It's okay. I'm doing well, having sex, gonna have a kid. But the problem, dude, is the fact that I'm kind of whipped, I don't really hold any power.
It's been fantastic. We got married in June. It's good. Just got to keep moving.
The two met while filming the Mad Men finale back in 2014.
Oh, yeah, he's plowing air on the set. Be quiet. Be quiet.
All right, we're going to go to Washington now. President Trump is saying there was, quote, some contractor error done by rushing that reflecting pool job. We've got investigative reporter Olivia Rubin, who has been all over this from the very beginning. Olivia, it is good to see you. So what else is the president saying?
Great to see you, Gio. Well, this is a concession from President Trump acknowledging that there were some issues with the contractor who did this so-called repainting of the pool. But critically, Gio, President Trump is downplaying how significant it was. He said the contractor error was essentially inconsequential. And in that very same social media post, he doubled down on allegations that former Olympian David Hearn was a vandal at the pool, even though, as we have covered and discussed, Gio, his own U.S. attorney, Janine Pirro, has said the...
So that's why I didn't like Janine, because he's a freaking loser.
Welcome back this morning. These wildfires are burning across North America and Canada. More than 20,000 people were forced to evacuate over the weekend. In the U.S., wildfires across the...
All right, the world's ending. We have a new segment because there's a lot of news about Jenna Bush Hager, and I don't want people to forget how awful George Bush was. So here is a new song called Jenna Bush is a Nepo Baby.
When the member get back.
And it's about how we can't forget that George Bush was awful.
Welcome to the show, lying on the dial. Jenna got the name, yeah, she born with the owl. Bush in the blood, that old family line. Door already open, she ain't need to climb. We see the papers, we know the last name. Go play the entrance, same old game. You can call it luck, I call it the lane. When your first step lands where the rest can't hang. Hold up, don't blink, stay it real clear. Who got the shine and why they here? Be hour, say it loud. Be hour in the crowd. Oh baby, we can see same old names on the marquee. Be hour, don't forget. Be hour, not done yet. We remember what And George made a mess on the whole wide map. War talk lies and the deep, deep trap. We can't let history get dressed up clean. Oil on the hands and a polish machine. People pay prices when the powers play. Families break when the fools hold sway. So when you smile for the camera glow, we see the shadow underneath that show. Don't blink, stay real clear. Who got the shine and why they here? Happy hour. Say it loud. Happy hour. In the crowd. Oh, baby. We can see same old names on the marquee. Happy hour. Don't forget. Happy hour. Not done yet. We remember what he did. We remember kid by kid. Turn the page, but keep the facts. Put the gloss on, still the cracks. If the surname opens every door, then the people ask for something more. Say it loud. Happy hour. In the crowd. Never, baby. We can see same old names on the marquee. Happy hour. Don't forget. Happy hour. Not done yet. We remember what he did. We remember kid by kid.
Happy hot topic.
Well, everybody kept saying, I'm not Jenna's keeper. Where's Jenna? Now, where's Jenna?
Jenna Bush. Jenna's an annoying broad.
Hager is revealing the beautiful reason behind her partial absence from the Today Show. Although
they finally put tape over her dad's mouth.
The host of the show's fourth hour typically makes appearances throughout today's multi-hour broadcast. She was noticeably missing from the August 10th episode right up until
God, she is hot. I can't deny.
Until the start of Today with Jenna and Chanel. But don't fret, Jenna was busy making her way back to New York after celebrating a major family event.
Well, I'm straight off a flight because I was in Maine with my family and my little nephew got baptized.
God's fake, sorry. Time for Amanda Knox news.
Yeah. In the room, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. In my room, boom, boom. Yeah. Step in the booth, get ran for the truth. You laugh too loud, but the facts stay proof. Talk big game and you shift that face, but the whole room knows that the story got waste. You can't charm your way out. Can't smile, can't clown, can't talk over doubt. Every line you say just digs that hole in the crowd wants blow when you play that role. So say that grin, don't spin that spin. If you did that dirt, then you wear that stain. Say it plain. Case closed, clown. You don't get out by acting fool around. Case closed, clown. Truth don't fold when the jokes come down. Case closed, clown. You don't get to laugh and coast on sound. Case closed, clown. I own it now, own it now.
Right now.
Happy hot topic.
Oh, jeez.
This morning, the former boyfriend of Amanda Knox is speaking out about the new controversy surrounding Knox.
Can you imagine if everything that Amanda Knox did, if a man did it, and then he started becoming a comedian, he'd be crucified. But it's a semi 6 out of 10 pretty female. Shut up.
The two were convicted, then later acquitted in the murder and sexual assault of Knox's foreign exchange roommate, Meredith Kircher.
You just look at Amanda Knox in those eyes. She's just a crazy woman. Not in a fun way, even though I bet she's good in bed.
In Italy 19 years ago. Now, Knox...
Those 19... Jesus Christ. Time is flying. And now she's having her midlife crisis to be a hack comedian, dumb woman.
Knox is back in the spotlight, hosting a one-woman comedy show.
Yeah, it's going to have one person in the crowd. And if anybody goes and doesn't get like free tickets from a local radio show, you're a loser.
I've been trapped in a tragedy box.
Yeah, because you're a terrible person.
Called Cartwheel, the show opened Friday in Scotland to a sold-out crowd.
Oh, wow. We are living in the times of idiocracy.
And runs through August 17th. The title refers to claims that Knox did cartwheels in the police station after Kircher's death.
Yeah, I could see her doing that. She's a sociopath. And she gets away with this bad behavior because she's female.
Referencing how I was wrongly vilified.
No, you were equally vilified. You would get vilified even more because that was essentially early social media, honey. Shut up.
In the murder of Meredith.
The show is billed as a woman juggling motherhood and the aftermath of a wrongful imprisonment.
You know what, honey? Enjoy it. But at least we don't, whoever's listening to me or me talking, we don't have to look ourselves in the mirror and go, man, we're a washed up hag having a midlife crisis with no talent.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before. Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop. We also need to be affectionate, and you can see that with Barack and Michelle as well. They do a lot of touching, kissing, even fisting.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
The semen was so big.
It's not lacking any meat. And that's what real women need. Gossip.
Stop cussing.
It looks like you went and got a job.
Not on the iPad screen, whatever the case might be, in your hand, in a sock, in a whatever. Like, thank you. But also, I would love to be getting railed, but...
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Oh, yeah, let me press this button right here.
Don't worry, Fresno. Happy hour will be right back.
We're going long today because we have the feed of the big gay radio show calling in a Happy Hour. And also, I don't know, there's just no reason to do 2 episodes and upload 2. So I'm going to end up recording on here. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Doesn't matter, especially people in Fresno. We got 14 minutes left. So we're going to do Hoppy's Hoops to end the Fresno feed. And we're going to play this song by a basketball player named Stretch One. He was very good in Chicago. That was his nickname. And he had this song about basketball called Real Players. And since we have Hoppy's Hoops coming up, I thought this would be the perfect song to get everybody in the mood. So I'll go.
Y'all feel me on this? Let's go. Real players are made to play the game and born with a heart. Some players can practice forever and still never start. Some players are great at practice, but when the lights come on, can you hit the shot when it counts? When there's a loose ball, we go all out. Tough enough to get the rebound, block your man out. Don't hesitate to take a charge, cause you know it's gonna hurt. When you better win the game, cause losing hurts worse. Cause losing hurts worse, man. Losing hurts worse. Losing hurts worse, man. Losing hurts worse. Ain't nothing better than a crosstown rivalry. Ain't nothing worse when a player puts the I in team. Lots of players got aspirations to go to the league, looking for players that know how to play for a team, know how to step up, take the team by the reins. Some players got it all wrong, they ball hard, they don't dish. Some players are all offense, refuse to play D. Gotta have a good support cast to play like a team. Stay together like a family, tell the truth when it hurts, even when you ain't trying to hear it. Like you keep on partying like that, man, tomorrow you gonna feel it. We on this winning streak, man, I ain't trying to kill it. If coach catch you throwing up, we all gonna feel it. What are you, selfish or something? We ain't came here for nothing. Preseason workouts, how fast my heart was pumping. Get up in the morning, how bad my body's hurting. And still go to class, and still continue learning. When it comes to basketball, I'll turn my cell phone off. Go to bed by 11, get rest for the ball. All it takes is a second, and then you lost. That's how bad I wanna go to the tournament, y'all. That's how bad I wanna go to the tournament, y'all. Real players are made to play the game and born with a heart. Some players can practice forever and still never start. Some players are great at practice, but when the lights come on, can you hit the shot when it counts? When there's a loose ball, when you go all out, tough enough to get the rebound, block your man out. Don't hesitate to take a charge, cause you know it's gonna worse. Losing hurts worse, man. Losing hurts worse. Now does the media make you, or you on a deeper mission? Some players can't play when they get no attention. Some players start slacking on a full bandwagon. Is that what it takes? The whole world to start doubting? Say what you want, but we ain't getting caught. Take respect by force when you on a home court. If you got fear, be a man, suck it up. Pissing in your pants, be a coward, then bounce. We ain't got time to lose, plus every point counts. All in together, be down like the South. What happened when your leading scorer's going through a drought and you can't get no calls and all the ones are you a falls? Bands get so hype, man, I can't even hear my thoughts. Hey, coach, sit your ass down, man, you about to get tossed. I mean, that's what basketball's all about. Overcoming odds with opponents got you down for the count. Now can you elevate your game, cause almost doesn't count. We need a 3-point play that's gonna bring down the house. Ice water in your veins, are your free throws clutch? Don't be scared, if it goes in, you win. But if you miss, the whole crowd's gonna hiss. Win or lose, a moment that you never forget. When it comes to basketball, I'll turn my cell phone off. Get to bed by 11, get rest for tomorrow. All it takes is a second, and then you lost. That's how bad I wanna go to the tournament, y'all. All it takes is a second, and then you lost. That's how bad I wanna go to the tournament, y'all. Real players are made to play the game and born with the heart. Some players can practice forever and still never start. Some players are great at practice, but when the lights come on, and you hit the shot when it counts. When there's a loose ball, when you go all out, tough enough to get the rebound, block your man out. Don't hesitate to take the calls, cause you know it's gonna hurt. When you better win the game, cause losing hurts worse. Cause losing hurts worse, man. Losing hurts worse. Cause losing hurts worse, man. Losing hurts worse. For all you real players, excel on the track.
Oh, yeah.
And now, back to the Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe on Fresno's Hot 97.7.
If the movie Project X was a radio show, it would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Welcome to Hoppe Hour.
And now, something completely different. Door is closing. And now, something completely different.
It's Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Hey yo, motherfuckers, I'm make killers, motherfuckers, I think, yo, static crackles, Hoppe on the air, spilling radio secrets, man, he don't care, airing out the closet, skeletons in pairs, DJ Drama, he's the one who dares, program director, scheming in the back room, payola playlist, rigged like monsoon, fake callers on the line, they rehearse too soon, truth hits harder than a baseline boom, radio snitching.
All right, so
Pulling back the curtain.
Lamont Hollywood, formerly of the Lamont and Tonelli Show, was laid off after 24 years at 107.7 The Bone out there in San Francisco. And one of my favorite memories is, obviously, I used to work at 102.5 The Bone, and I told him I worked at The Bone when I was talking to him at this like private party, and he was like, wait, this is at the morning show boot camp. I think it was 2017 or 18. He was like, man, it was a bougie room. And I was like, I work at The Bone. And he's like, wait, I've never seen you around. I'm like, no, I work at 102.5 The Bone. So we always had that kind of bond, because he's a good guy. And he got laid off by Cumulus, who I don't understand. I just don't want to hear radio anymore go, where's all the talent? And then they're laying him off to save $2. He said, the suits in corporate headquarters treat a radio station like a spreadsheet, completely blind to the fact that radio is built on an authentic human connection, community trust, and undeniable personality. He said they are gutting local newsrooms and replacing them with AI. They think that they can algorithmically automate decades of local trust, local flavor, and real intimacy with a community. When companies get the very voices they give a station its identity, they destroy it by getting rid of it and push listeners away. It's very true. And he said he will be doing things online. I just never want to hear radio go, why don't people listen? It's like, well, you're getting rid of the people that listen just so that the CEOs have money for a bonus. A screw a you.
Ryan Hoppe on the breaking down the scenes, NBA drama, living out the dreams.
Oh, we got about 5 minutes left on this Fresno thing.
Schemes. Hoppe's loose, man, he knows it all. From scandals to the court, rise and fall.
So Luka Doncic's ex wants millions of dollars. Of course she does. James Harden's gun case was dismissed. Enes Kanter wants to do the WNBA draft.
Behind the curtain.
Sophie Cunningham and Dijon Mustard Carrington got into it. Let's see here. We'll do all this. All right. I'm going to do this clip by clip. Here is Lonzo Ball and Michael Porter Jr. saying their 8th and 9th grade self could beat the WNBA.
But 9th grade Lonzo Ball in the WNBA is going crazy. Going fine. Because look, 9th grade, I'm over 6 feet. And I'm dunking. Like, I'm coming through the... All
right, there you go. There's them. I got TMZ Sports on here.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect.
I mean, I understand that he technically can do this, but it's just such a stupid thing to do. It's just so dividing the country, and it's pointless.
If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to...
It's kind of hard to hate. I mean, it's kind of funny. I think whatever trans you are, there should be a trans league of everybody that's that identification.
Compete in the WNBA.
Damn, there's what's going on with this DJ Academics video. Here he is saying James Harden messed up the market in Houston.
This man came out to Houston. The price of pussy went through the roof. And they go bitches all type of money.
Now, hold on. Now, that's why I'm mad at.
All right, that was riveting. What do we got here? Sorry. I know it's annoying. Here's Michael Bridges saying he's been eating Chipotle for 10 years. Well, yeah, he's the people that can actually afford it.
I eat this every day, and it's been about how many years since I've been eating Chipotle? Since 2013, 14, so about 10.
I wonder how he doesn't poop during the games. I'll make him poop.
Years, still been on a heavy to this day. I have friends and family that teases me a little bit about it. It's too fire to not have it every.
It gets a little old if you have it like 2 or 3 times a week. And these Indiana Fever fans were kicked out for being racist. Bunch of freaking losers. Here's a guy saying that Angel Reese is a lying clown.
Angel Reese is a stupid fucking bitch.
I didn't have a lot of dolls because I didn't have dolls that really looked like me much, and that's why I kind of really wanted to make sure this was super intentional because...
Shut up, Hag.
Now that they have a doll that looks like you and nails and hair, but also you could be a killer on the court as well. That was something that was important for me for getting it.
What's this Twin Towers built bitch talking about? Bitch, you were born in 2002. We've had Bratz dolls, Barbie dolls as a black, all types of shit since the 60s. The fuck is you talking about? Nigga bitches just want to say shit for the sake of saying shit.
Hell yeah. 856-49 Hoppe. Oh, what is right here? Here's Steven Jackson speaking on men playing genders to play sports.
What are y'all talking about, bro? Anybody who thinks a man should play women's sports, a born man should play women's sports, you're an idiot. You are an idiot, bro. You are an idiot. I don't care who you are. You ain't got to talk to me.
Just start your own league.
I mean, you can be mad at me. I don't talk to none of y'all anyway. None of y'all. I don't talk. You are.
Yeah, you're a moron.
Idiot. Anybody thinks a born man should be playing women's sports, you are an idiot. And you are an insecure person.
I did.
Okay? 9 out of 10 times, that ain't nothing but a play. Because motherfuckers not good enough to play with men. You want to just say you a woman and go play with women to try to dominate? That's whack. And you know what it is? It's mostly white men.
All right. Yeah, you got to make it about racist scumbag. All right, we got 30 seconds left on this feed of Fresno. I just... Sure. I got it. Whatever. I did. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Fresno. All right. Let's get back on track. I like doing that. Let's see here. We got a lot of stuff and hobbies, hoops, 856-49 hobbies. So what I'm doing right now is there's going to be 2 feeds. There's going to be the actual episode with the Big Gay Radio Show. And then if you're just listening now, you can listen to both to give me listens and downloads. All 70 of you. Now, but in 24 minutes, they will be calling in. So we're just doing a marathon. This is scary. This is an AI-generated parody of the WNBA commissioner. Listen to how real it sounds.
I'd like to briefly address a couple of issues, starting with the flagrant 2 and...
When you look at the lips moving, it doesn't look real, but also most women get plastic surgery, so it'd be very hard to tell.
Rejection of Dejana Carrington against Sophie Cunningham.
Dijon mustard?
And subsequent social media posting in which Dejana called it white privilege and...
All right, I'm had enough of this. Let's see here. Here's Dave Portnoy saying the WNBA is more interesting than the NBA.
League is out of control. It's off the rails, and I can't stop watching. I've been preaching now for years that this league is the most passionate. They hate each other, the infighting, the dating, cultural, the politics. In a league in the NBA where people like LeBron's do pally pals with everybody and everyone's kumbaya, no one really cares. This league, they don't like each other, and it's pretty exciting to watch. But just, you can't eat your cake and eat it too. You can't have your players going in and saying white privilege. And by the way, she has a history. She got a drunk video out there trashing white people, making fun of her cab driver who wasn't even white, he was Arabic. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. If your players are going to act like jerks and be ignorant, don't complain to me, don't cry to me, Jameel Hill, when the conservatives are the right who...
There you go. I like that. What do we got here? We'll talk about that girl in a second. Derek Fisher surrendered $21 million for his daughter's medical care. So pretty much he didn't leave LA because she needed to be at a hospital, but only made $14 million. So they kind of exaggerated that. Michael Porter Jr. said he ran into 5 of his exes at the white party. That thing with Michael Rubin, that creepy thing. What do we have here? Brandon Clark died of... he played for the Memphis Grizzlies, and let me see here. He had heroin and cocaine in his body, which everybody was talking about. Oh, is it kratom? Is it kratom? No, it wasn't kratom. It was heroin and other things. I never want to hear kratom get brought into it again. All right. Just people don't gotta be douchebags. Let's see here. 856-49 happy. Here is Byron Scott saying Kobe did request a trade from LA. Jeez. Here we go.
He never, I'm going to tell you straight up, and Jay can tell you this too. He never was going to leave the Lakers.
Nope.
Now, was he
not once
upset at the way everything was going? Yes. So he figured, let me put some pressure on their ass and demand a trade. And
I mean, we kind of all figured that. Klay Thompson was seen at a game with a mystery woman. So this Dijon Mustard woman, Dejane, whatever her name is, she was playing against Sophie Cunningham and was ejected after a flagrant 2 foul right here.
Penalty 2. Since there's wind up impact
in a vulnerable position.
She plays for the Chicago Sky, and frankly, she's an absolute embarrassment to the Chicago Sky. And the Fever coach, Stephanie White, defended Dijon Mustard. And said she's going to compete. No one's going to walk in for an easy layup. So she wasn't opposed to the hard foul. So first of all, you got her getting kicked out for the hard foul and then claiming it was because of white privilege. And then you got the coach not even defending her own person. This is why the WNBA is a joke. First of all, there are plenty of reasons why there is white privilege in the world. But getting kicked out because of a hard foul, when you claim white privilege on things that aren't white privilege, you make actual white privilege problems look like nothing. It's just like Angel Reese saying that those dolls didn't exist when they did.
Seeing the WNBA, Chicago Sky guard Carrington posting the phrase white privilege and tagging the Indiana Fever. This after she was ejected.
She just looks like an annoying woman. Like, just very sassy. Like she would never shut up.
From the game for a flagrant foul on the Fever's Sophie Cunningham. It went down like this.
Here's Cunningham up ahead of the field, lays it in, plus the foul, and then Cunningham gets into the face of DJ.
Oh, yeah, it's totally white privilege. To me, white privilege would be if Sophie Cunningham did it to her and then didn't get ejected. Now you committing a flagrant 2 like a dirty, rotten moron.
Right across the face, coming down, trying to prevent the layup.
Oh, my God, she went right across her face. You're just a dumb woman. You're just a moron. You're an embarrassment to Chicago.
But that is just
You're so unlikable. I'm from Chicago, and I'm rooting for the freaking Pacers. I mean, the Fever, whatever.
Hard hit.
All right, Brooke Taylor picks it up from Dallas.
All right, we don't need to hear the MAGA's opinion. I just needed a news report. And then here she is talking about it.
She should be charged with assault for trying to take off my wig.
Oh, geez. I don't even know if that's AI or not. But at this point, the WNBA is just real life AI. If you were to look at basketball and go, gee, how can we ruin a league? You just look at Dijon Mustard. That's what I'm going to call this player. Because there's a video of her mocking an Arab taxi driver. So this woman is not innocent. She's not racist. She's a dirty, rotten moron. I'm sorry. I know that's mean, blah, blah, blah. But you just know that she's insufferable. You know she's the absolute worst. Everyone hates being around her. Everyone's kind of afraid to say it. Race. You can't use the race card every single time, honey. It gets old. Not everything's racist. All right, here she is, actually being racist.
Oh, he turned his back on me.
The scammer life is good.
Did he ruin your birthday, friend? I hope not.
You're an annoying hag. Shut up.
Y'all should have broke something in this sir's car. Where is he? You guys.
Your wig looks way too long. It's unbelievable. You know when a girl looks hot? 'Cause she's not bad looking and they have their wig, but it's way too long. It's her.
This stuff is crazy. And I had to really expose him in real time.
Why? Because you're a stupid Gen Z brat that's never the problem? I'm sure it's always the men.
Because I don't know, honestly, I don't know why white people think they can get away with trying to just like
why who?
Scare black people time. Because I don't know, honestly, I don't know why white people think.
Why do we always have to make things about race? Aren't you exhausted? We are trying, not everybody, but I'm trying as a country to speak the truth. Obviously, you have dealt with racism in your life because you're African American. It's unfair. But a taxi driver being rude, that's actually you being racist. Every time you talk bad about white people and assume something about white people, you're being racist against white people because you're a dumb woman.
They can get away with trying to just like scare black people by saying, oh, I'm going to call the police. Like,
yeah, I mean, I know you deal with racism. I totally get it. There's been times I've driven around with my black friends and we get pulled over and I driven around with the white people. They don't. I understand all of it. But not everything's white privilege.
Okay, and we did nothing wrong, so that's fine. Go ahead and call the police.
All right. God, imagine dating her, trying to kick her out of your house after having sex with her. The woman wouldn't leave and be like, bye, I've had enough of you. Here's Savannah James. The side chick of LeBron James. I'm kidding. Says Italian saleswoman who denied her Hermes appointment was fired. What a brat.
One time we went to Milan, they treated us like they closed down the whole store.
You know, LeBron cried like a baby.
They
what? Did. We had
and fired the lady. I said, we'll be back for you. I'll be right back.
We had an appointment and they tried.
All right, I don't need to hear these hags. Here's DJ Academics talking about Luka Doncic's baby mama.
Luka and Anna Maria share custody of the 2-year-old daughter and 7-month Olivia, and we're together for a decade. Luka's smart. I know he got best lawyers. So I know what's going to happen. The $10 million for the kids are going to put in a trust fund. You going to have a baby mama like...
All right, yeah. All right, let's see. We got 15 minutes here. All right, Tampa Bay News.
Yeah.
Yo, it's Hoppe Hour, we about to go live. Tampa Bay News is the place we arrive. From the beach to the bay and the city's crazy moves. We got stories hotter than the Florida grooves. Tampa Bay News, we making it spin. All Hoppe Hour when the real begins. Turn it up loud, let's get in the mix. From St. Pete to the world, we bringing the fix. Bringing the fix, 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 come on.
Happy Hot Topic.
Early voting continues through Sunday. Hours and locations will vary by county.
All right, so Ken Welch voted for himself. Yippee-ki-yay.
Whether you're taking your kid to school or you're just trying to drive to work or get some errands done, school speed zone cameras could cost you if you don't slow down.
Yeah. You don't say. $100. What's going on here?
That's in song.
All right, I don't need to hear DeSantis talk about air taxis when we don't have good infrastructure, and he claimed to not take down the trees, but he did. Shut up.
It is the first day of school for kids in Manatee County.
And district leaders said they are.
All right, so they got record low teacher vacancies. Yeah, people need jobs.
Tonight, our I-Team exposes new information on a man who opened fire on Hillsborough County deputies last month.
Yeah, and he died. Loser. What's going on here?
Hillsborough County deputies say these two people, Joshua Reed Acton and Amanda Martinez, are facing several drug and child neglect charges.
The child neglect's not good, but they're showing the table of weed. Oh, my God. Save me some. I'm kidding. What's going on here?
Happy Hot Topic.
All right, Dennis, see you soon. Well, it's going to take a lot of money to bring the Tampa Bay Rays to Tampa, and as the talk...
What a waste of everybody's time and taxpayer money. This team has all the money to pay for it themselves, but they don't want to do it. This team doesn't even want to be in the area. Yet we're still talking about it, and everybody in the media is way... Kiss my ass, you stupid Rays.
Talks have progressed. City council members have questioned if it is really the best use of our local money. Throughout,
you don't say. We had the worst hurricane in a century, but no, a baseball team that covered their roof with linen that they got at Joann's Fabrics is the thing we're caring about the last 2 years. Kiss my ass.
The journey, Tampa Metro and West Hills.
Think about all the money that would have been put into Shore Acres.
Hillsborough reporter Jada Williams has been covering it all, and tonight Jade is breaking down what one council member says will change his vote from a yes to a no.
Councilman Bill Carlson says that he has a new idea. Now, Carlson is one of those council members who has been a little skeptical.
You got to be skeptical. They're a professional team. They don't care about you. They're a business.
About the plan from the Rays, but he believes that this one could do the trick.
I just don't know why I don't think it's going to happen. I know I haven't had inside info the last 3 years since now working at terrible sports radio, but they just never had a deal in Tampa, and all of a sudden now everything's dandy. If it happens, I'm wrong. But I'm just telling you there's something real sketchy.
What will it take for Tampa to become the home of the Tampa Bay Rays?
If there's a way to create a win-win where we can fund the things we need to fund, then I could be in favor of something.
Tampa City.
I like this guy sticking up for the everyday man against these scumbags. Like that douchebag Ken Babby, that pretty boy douche.
Councilman Bill Carlson says for him, it's all about the needs of the community.
The biggest need we have right now is deferred maintenance. There's no money for roads and sidewalks and...
Exactly. Thank you. Those are the things that actually matter. Not a baseball team. They could literally do a Klarna payment or a PayPal pay in 4 payment.
Parks. And so we need to figure out where we're going to find that money from.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're running out of money as a country.
The current MOU, the city would foot $80 million from the community investment tax and $100 million from the Drew Park community redevelopment.
What a waste of money and time. All for a team that will lose in the wild card playoffs. Good freaking job, you morons. A good job. We're all proud of you. Not really. All right. Usually we end with Cleveland news, but we're ending with the big gay radio shows, so it's time for Cleveland news.
Static crackle, mic pops, the hour is hoppy. Cleveland skyline foggy, steel mills choppy. City on the Cuyahoga, hearts heavy, never sloppy. Radio waves carry tales, but they ain't glossy. Concrete jungle, potholes where dreams collapse. Downtown echoes, the cabs and faded caps. Past the preaching hustle, corner kids trading maps. Where the vibes Midwest, but the struggle overlaps. Cleveland news, where the truth gets raw. Rust belt blues, every crack, every flaw. Unfiltered takes, no sugar, no draw. Hoppy on the mic, spitting facts, no law.
Happy Hot Topic.
Time now 9:04, and Governor Mike DeWine is now weighing in on the legal fight between mega gas station Buc-ee's and a small Ohio mini mart.
I'm very curious because I have not listened to this yet. I'm very curious what Mike DeWine says.
Buc-ee's is suing Beaver's Mini Mart in Beaver Creek, which is near Dayton, claiming that its Beaver logo violates its trademark.
Yeah, because Buc-ee's totally created the logo, not God or the universe creating, beavers.
Buc-ee's tells our sister station in Columbus it tried for months to resolve the dispute before
so they had a chance. Okay.
Filing a federal lawsuit. The company claims the Beaver Creek store, their store name, mascot, and branding are too similar to its trademarks.
But here's the thing. Are they making brisket inside or just selling Mountain Dew?
But Governor DeWine says the fight could sour Ohioans' opinions on Buc-ee's, which opened its first.
That's a very good point. I don't know why they're going against when it's opening up in Mansfield. Again, I feel like Buc-ee's is like white trash Wawa meets Walmart, just a bunch of mutants.
Ohio location earlier this year.
Working on bursting that bubble when they sue some little store.
You know how awful Buc-ee's is? They got me agreeing with Mike DeWine.
That's in Beaver Creek, Ohio.
Yeah, I agree.
To be surprised that...
All right, there you go. We don't need to hear more of Mike DeWine, but yeah, the little man, of course, gets screwed again. Like always, isn't it great? Isn't it wonderful? Not at all. A time for Winston-Salem news. Oh, jeez.
Winston-Salem news. Winston-Salem. Tune in, baby. Yeah. From Winston-Salem, I'm talking clean. Carolina breeze in my daily routine. Got the draw when I roll through the lines. Slow with the words, but the thought still shines. Ryan Hoppe on the mic all day. Out of Tampa Bay, he don't play. Say what it mean, let the truth come through. If it hit the room, then it hit the room. He don't bite his tongue. No, he let it fly. If it's on his mind, you hear it live. Winston-Salem news. Tell it true. Tell it true.
Right now.
Happy Hot Topic.
Sounds good, Charles. Well, even the smallest amount of fentanyl can be deadly.
Yeah, don't say. I don't know. I said we. Don't incriminate myself. That's why no one does coke anymore.
Thank you, Jay. The convictions of the Winston-Salem Five have been overturned, but 2 of the men are still behind bars.
Yeah, these are the people that killed Chris Paul's grandfather. So his grandfather died, and then he scored as many points as his grandpa's age, and then missed a free throw, and then walked off the court. And that was actually the high school that my Nana went to. And these scumbags are getting released, potentially. They deserve life in prison. They're scumbags. Love you, Chris Paul, even though you're kind of a douche.
The case centers on the murder of Nathaniel Jones, the grandfather of retired NBA star Chris Paul. 12 Investigates Joshua Davis explains what's keeping them in prison and why tomorrow could be a pivotal day in all of this. He is in our newsroom for us tonight. Joshua, why tomorrow so important?
Well, Kenny, brothers Rayshawn Banner and Nathaniel Cawthon were just 14 and 15 when they were...
Oh, so we're going to do this thing where we say because they were 14, they knew what they were doing when they pulled the trigger, and they took the life of a 62-year-old man who's he could have been 84 right now. He could have been still alive, okay? I don't want to hear they were teen. They knew what they were doing.
Were arrested along with 3 other teens nearly 24 years ago. Banner and Cawthon were sentenced to life for first-degree murder. The other 3 served their sentences and were released. Now,
why? They all deserve to rot. Honestly, they deserve the death penalty. Eye for an eye.
Despite their convictions being overturned, the brothers are still in prison. I've been digging into why and what happens next.
We're fighting for the truth to be seen by everybody.
Last August, Judge Robert Brody overturned Rayshawn Banner and Nathaniel Cawthon's convictions. But before they could walk free, the state appealed.
Rayshawn and Nathaniel have been in prison for a year since that order came down.
Tuesday, their case goes before the North Carolina Court of Appeals.
And all the things you could be working on is a waste of time.
Christine Muma's team has represented the brothers since 2020.
Most oral arguments are really about answering questions for the judges.
Yeah, ridiculous. What a waste of time.
The state will go first, so we'll have an opportunity to respond to them, but I'm sure there will be a lot of questions from the bench.
I would hope there's questions from the bench, like why are we wasting our time with this?
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before. Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop. We also need to be affectionate, and you can see that with Barack and Michelle as well. They do a lot of touching, kissing, even fisting.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
The semen was so big.
It's not lacking any meat. And that's what real women need. Gossip, bullshit.
Stop cussing.
It looks like you went and got a job.
Not on the iPad screen, whatever the case might be, in your hand, in a sock, in a whatever. Like, thank you. But also, I would love to be getting railed, but...
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Don't worry, Fresno. Happy Hour will be right back.
The Happy Hour Big Gay Radio Show collaboration is up next, but here's Joe Budden with no comment. Oh, yeah. Probably should, have the website unmuted. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Search Hoppe Radio for more Hoppe Hour. Oh, jeez. All right. Hopefully they pick up, because a lot of times on radio shows, well, on my show, they don't pick up, but the other ones, there's actors. But we're going to have Esme Russell, 50-year drag queen, and Chris Gorman from WMNF and the Big Gay radio show on.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, is this Chris Gorman?
Yes, hang on. Give me 1 second.
You're good, buddy. Geez.
Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes. What's up, man?
All right. Sweet. Cool. Awesome. Perfect. Esme, can you you hear everything? I'm trying to.
Hey, Esme, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, let's get this going. What's up, guys? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, and on the phone line, very excited, we have Esme Russell, 50-year drag queen, performer, and great award-winning radio host, and also the host of the Big Gay Radio Show is Chris Gorman, and they are both on Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. This is where the Big Gay Radio Show mixes with Hoppe Hour, and we're here to defend trans rights and everything LGBTQ+. What's up, guys?
Hello. It's great to be here.
So describe to me, so I talked about it last week, I saw the news headline, but what are they trying to do with drag shows right now? Because I'm the guy, I have a lesbian aunt, and also I always attract bisexual girls for some reason. So I'm always, around the gay community, and I've always been an ally. And I'm getting to a point where I'm sick and tired of people discriminating against it. So, do you know what's going on with that?
So Esme, as a drag performer, I think she would be able to explain a little bit more. But as far as I understand, it's not really that big of a change apart from that these individuals are not going to be able to perform in front of children. Obviously, it's not an outright blanket drag ban, right, Esme?
It's not a drag ban per se, though they're kind of making it.
Yeah.
The law is written so oddly that it kind of like you don't really know how they're going to enforce it. But we know that they don't want entertainers such as myself to do anything sexually explicit or sexy in front of children. And listen, we don't want to anyway.
Well, most of them weren't even doing it either.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, most drag performances, especially when they came in front of children, were not risque. Esme actually performed at Hamburger Mary's for years.
Oh, my goodness.
She performed for children.
That's where I think I've seen you, because 2016, after the Ybor Night Parade, I was with 1025 The Bone, and that was the best burger I ever had. It was a great time.
Yeah, I worked for Hamburger Mary's for 9 years.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was great. I loved it. We had very strict rules at Hamburger Mary's. I was the show director and the hostess for the brunch show. And I did work in the evening shows as well, but the brunch show, we had a lot of children that would come to see the shows with their families. Children never come alone. They always come with their parents. This idea that children are coming into Hamburger Mary's or any other clubs. By the way, you can't come into a regular club with children because there's alcohol.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, if you're a drag queen that works in a bar, this is not going to affect you. This is just for showgirls that work in environments that have like brunches or daytime venues where children do come. So now they're policing parents. They're making a decision for parents, because if a child is there watching the show, that was a parent's decision. The child didn't decide to go see the drag show. It was some mom and dad, or some mom or some dad alone that said, you know what, let's go see a drag show today. So, but our rules were very strict. We couldn't do any profanity on the microphone. We couldn't do any cleavage or breast showing of any type. We couldn't do any butt shots, so nothing that couldn't touch my private parts. Like I couldn't accidentally grab my boobs and shake them. I couldn't do that. I had to be very, very specifically careful because we were targeting a G audience, right? PG audience. So these laws are I don't like to use the word transphobic. I try to say this all the time. These people, the word phobic means to be afraid. It comes from phobos, the Greek word, to be terrorized. They're not terrorized by drag queens, okay? They're not homophobic either. They're not terrorized by gay people. They're just bad people.
Do you think there's any chance that a lot of and I'm not even trying to get political, but do you feel like a lot of times the people that are so against gay rights and so against trans rights, I think not 100% of the time, but I think a lot of times they're probably either bi or in the closet. And I've always kind of felt like they might have a little bit of jealousy that people that are out and living their gay life are happy. Do you like that idea?
Just look over at Lindsey Graham, the way that he went his entire life attacking gay people, but he was gayer than a bag of penises.
He lived in the closet. He did. He lived in the closet. He really did.
I've just never heard that. That's amazing.
You can be gayer than a bag of peanuts.
And the thing too.
Penises,
it's nothing
gayer than a bag of penises. Penises. Well, peanuts and penises. That's not a good word together, because if your penis is a peanut, you're in trouble. I won't go there. But I'm just saying. But there's a direct. I believe there is a direct correlation between the word homophobia and homosexuality.
What is
I think they're brothers. I think they are. I think they are brothers. And I think when you realize, because I've met many straight men throughout my life who are unaffected by gay people being together. It's like, big deal. They're gay. So what? As long as it doesn't bother me, I'm good. You know, as long as they don't approach me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. So this, listen, there's no, is this a PG show? Or
you can honestly, Esme, say whatever the fuck you want. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's what I was going to say, that they're not homophobic and they're not transphobic. They're just assholes. No, and I'm being honest. I know. These people, I don't want any drag queens in the bathroom with my wife. Listen, I've been in the bathroom, in the ladies' room with your wife since I was 14 years old. I'm 65 years old now. Okay, do you know how many women I've seen in a restroom before in my life? At Disney, at theme parks, at restaurants, at the mall, at Walmart, at the grocery. Whenever I go to the restroom, there are women there. What am I supposed to do? I can't go to the men's room. So you're just going to have to accept it. And the reason it's never been a problem is because these people think they know. They don't know, because I'm there. I've washed my hands next to another woman who's talking about, do you have an extra tampon? Well, no, actually, I don't. I don't. But, you know, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people that are very ignorant about people like me.
Well,
very ignorant.
And the thing, too, is like, I don't know. I just think a lot of times it's funny how people will sexualize drag shows and sexualize pride. And then these same people, conservatives, a lot of times will be going to strip clubs or cheating on their wife or having sex with the intern.
You've got Lauren Boebert, who's over here groping a man in a theater.
She's not married to, not the man she's married to, another man.
And then her own son has been now arrested on child sexual exploitation.
Unbelievable, dude.
So it's the pot calling the kettle black.
So listen, I talked about this in our show today on the air, on our live show. I said that, Whoopi Goldberg, Eddie Murphy, a lot of these comics, they have very filthy stand-up acts. There's other comics as well. Kevin Hart.
Yes.
A lot of them. If you go to their comedy is really, there's a lot of profanity and a lot of sexual talk. And then they make movies for Disney. You can be two things at the same time.
Thank you.
You can do that. This is called, in my industry, it's called know your audience. If I see children in the crowd, of course I'm not going to show my boobs. Of course not. What is wrong with you? Seriously. If I do it, I should be arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
There's children in the audience. If they book me at Disney and they say, we want you in this Disney production, of course I'm going to be as feminine and as classy as I can possibly be to fit into that standard. And, Whoopi does it all the time. Whoopi and all of these comics that I'm talking about have, what I call more provocative stand-up acts, but in their, she's on The View every day.
Yes.
Whoopi cusses like a sailor in private.
I can imagine.
Never cusses on The View. She knows her audience. She knows who's paying her. And this is the same thing with a drag queen. This idea that drag queens cannot control themselves if they see children is totally manufactured. It's totally manufactured.
I'll never forget. In 7th grade, my mom, we grew up Catholic, but now my mom's pro LGBTQ+. It was a beautiful moment about 2 years ago. She said, love is love. But growing up, I had an aunt that was lesbian, and I asked her, my mom told me in 7th grade, thinking it was going to be a big reaction. And I've always just been like, okay, it's still in my hand. Like, I just don't understand. I think a lot of it's jealousy because they might be in the closet or they're just full-on bullies. I've just never understood why anybody cares, as long as you're not hurting animals or kids, why anybody would care about if someone's gay. It's crazy to me.
Well, again, they're not homophobic. They're not transphobic.
Assholes.
Phobic, again, is a phobia, means to be afraid. They're not afraid of us. They're just assholes. And I'm just being honest with you. They really are exactly that. And I've over the course of my life, I've met a lot of assholes, a lot of people that enjoy, even as a kid, they enjoyed making my life as difficult and as complicated as possible. And it's still going on. The only problem is that now I'm older and I don't give a shit. I don't care what people think anymore. You know, I'm on the radio every day talking about being trans. Once you talk about something and you put it out there, it just doesn't matter. You take the power away from it.
I'm the same way with my bipolar and ADHD. Like, I have moody days, and I'm open about it. And people are like, why do you talk about taking meds? I'm like, because then you have no power over me. So it's a little similar.
You're taking the stigma away from it, because a lot of people are like that. You know, Chris and I are both. We're ADHD.
Yeah,
I know I have it really bad.
Yeah, you do.
Some days I look at Chris for some days, and he's like literally moving all over the place, like he's totally manic. And I do the same thing. I watch myself on video. We've been video our shows, and I watch myself. God, I move around a lot. I can't sit still. I touch my face. I touch my hair. I touch my chest. I'm like, oh my God, you know, I'm like moving and moving. It's part of it. We're just very wired up all the time. So when I'm not moving, everybody says, are you okay? Is something wrong? You know, because I'm very high energy, high strung. So, but yeah.
So
I was going to say, it's not that big of a deal to be trans to me. I've been trans my whole life. You know, I was trans before everybody made it like really popular, or now people talk about it. You know, when I came out as trans back in the 76, you know, I was just a kid and nobody talked about it. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody understood it. We didn't even have a name for it. Transgender is a modern word.
Well, weren't you the first student to go to school as a trans individual in this area?
Here in Hillsborough County, I was the first one. Straight out. I love it. Yeah, and you know, it's really weird about it. Back in those days, they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know if to send me to night school. What are we going to do with this person, you know? Because I was so, I don't know if I was stupid or brave. I'm still not sure. Some days I think that was really stupid.
Maybe
some days
both.
I think, wow.
Maybe both.
I was maybe a little bit of both, right? I was so brave to but I knew this. I knew that I could not live my life, my whole life, pretending something that I did not feel.
When did you realize?
I could not do that.
For both of you, Chris, when did you realize you were gay? And then Esme, when did you realize you were trans?
Oh, I always thought that. So I was told a lot when I was growing up that I had to like girls. Like that's just the way that it is. You like girls. But the entire time that I was being told that I have to like girls, I was looking at guys. Yeah. I'm like, that's pretty good.
Girls are annoying, bro.
Well, I distinctly remember, you know, making out with both girls and boys when I was like 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just the way that it was, just what felt right. And I'm curious. I don't think I've actually had this discussion with you, Esme. I want to know your answer on this one.
So, you know, as a little kid, very little, 4 or 5 years old, I was obviously very effeminate. And so, you know, little boys, especially in a Cuban family, are not supposed to be effeminate. Yeah. So I got told constantly, act like a boy, don't embarrass us, talk like a man. You know, there's no talking like a man. This is just the way I sound. So, but it's really weird because I didn't really know that I was trans. I thought I was gay at one point, you know, like maybe like around 7 or 8 years old. I heard about gay people. So I thought, well, maybe that's what I'm gay, whatever that meant. Because I didn't really understand the sexual part of it. I just knew I liked boys, but I didn't know about the sex. I didn't know we were supposed to have sex. That came later, like after I grew up. But I think that I was probably around 12 or 13 when I know this is going to sound crazy. I was watching a Wonder Woman and I remember telling my mom, I wish I looked like that.
Oh, wow.
You know, and what's crazy is that Linda Carter and I share very similar measurements. Mine were manufactured in a doctor's office, and hers are natural, but still I'm very curvaceous, extremely so. So I think to myself, wow, I was really young that I wanted to be. And I remember the only drag queens I ever saw was Bugs Bunny. That was like the only drag, like I saw Bugs Bunny getting drag and I think maybe a boy can dress up like a girl, you know, so that I started thinking about it. But by age 14, 15, I was ready to go. I was ready to put on women's clothes and I did. My dad told me not in this house and I did it anyway.
Nice. I'm glad you rebelled. Good job.
I did it anyway. My poor father. my father was my biggest ally. It took him about 3 months, and he was ready to go.
Yeah.
He really, really supported me. God rest his soul in glory. He died at 100 years old. But
nice.
He loved me. He loved me unconditionally and saw me and recognized me as his daughter. He really did.
How do you think? So he was a great dad. What was your favorite memory of him?
Oh my God! Well, probably my favorite memory of him is when he would take me to buy toys. Any toy that I wanted, he would take me to buy it.
Nice.
So I had a great collection of vintage. I still do have a great collection of vintage toys that he bought me. I was a big toy kid. I really like toys a lot. But I have great memories of my dad. My dad never beat me, never whooped me for being feminine. He just never did. My mom was a disciplinarian in the house. But back in those days, again, there was no trans representation whatsoever. There was no RuPaul Drag Race. My idea of a drag queen was Flip Wilson. Remember Flip Wilson's show?
Yes.
Back in the 70s.
I've heard of it.
Actor. Yeah, Flip Wilson was a big, but it was all done in comedy. Drag was always comical. It was not serious. Like what I do is very serious. When you see me on stage, I'm not funny at all.
Yeah.
But, back in those days, it's all comical. But it's just some boys just feel like girls for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why. And I can't stand when people ask me, why do you feel like that? I don't know.
Yes, I got you.
If I could explain it, then I could define it and I could have avoided it. And avoided all the suffering and the things that I went through throughout the course of my life because I've lived this way. I would have done everything to avoid it, but it is what it is. And I accepted myself a long time ago.
Yes, that's beautiful. I'm glad you were able to do that, accept who you are. How often do you guys get DMs from people either saying how happy you are or they are that you're representing the LGBTQ plus community? Or how often do you guys get advice from anybody in the DMs, if you do?
So I'm the one who's usually in charge of all the social media stuff. So I'm kind of the one who fields all that stuff. And honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot in both aspects. You get people who are really supportive and want to see you succeed. One of the biggest things was people telling us that they wanted to have cameras. That was one of the biggest unsolicited advice that we got the entirety of the time that we were on air. And now we do. But the main thing that happened in terms of the exact opposite way was when we were on the midnight to 3 a.m. show. And Esme, just being the amazing trans person that she is, had a very big fan. She would actually call about 80 times a show.
Oh, wow.
And she would say as much heinous stuff as possible to try and get under Esme's skin. Meanwhile, Esme, she's lived as a woman for 50 years. She's 65 years old. You can't say anything to her that'll get her aggravated.
I thought it was hilarious.
Esme.
She called me a woman skinner, whatever that means.
I thought you were 45. You look amazing.
Yeah, I'm 65. I just turned 65 this year.
Damn, you look so
great.
good.
I feel really good, and I'll tell you, I got the energy, man. I'm the Energizer Bunny. I got a lot of energy. I literally wake up and I'm like ready to go. Like, some people have to work themselves up. I'm like, no. But I'm just like my dad. So much like my dad. My dad was in his 80s and 90s, and he had the energy of a 40-year-old. He was, like, great. Yeah. So, I got a lot of energy. I feel great. I feel really, really good. I've lost 23 pounds. I'm losing more, but I've lost 23 pounds, and that weight loss has really helped me a lot.
Now, for everybody listening, go to cltampa.com and click on Best of the Bay and vote. What are all the nominations you guys have?
Oh, well, we've got a ton.
Chris and I keep forgetting them.
So we've got, luckily, WMNF asked us to do a video, so I actually have a list right here.
Nice.
So we're nominated under Best Radio Show. Both myself and Esme are nominated under Best Radio Personality, so you have to choose one. Esme's under Best TV Host / News Person. The show is under Best Morning TV Show, as well as I got nominated for Best Community Organizer and Best Columnist. And our bingo, which helps support the show, WMNF's Big Gay Bingo, was also nominated.
Well, before I let you guys go, promote yourself, say what you got to say. You guys have the floor.
Oh, well, Esme, I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to devote my love, to say how much I love you, Esme, and how grateful I am that I get to host a show alongside such an amazing person. And I will always highlight the fact that Esme Russell is truly a legend in this area. She's the first lady of Gaybor, and she is just absolutely
I love that, Gaybor.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we have a great working relationship here, and it's really good. We do fight. A
lot of times.
We especially about topics, or I get distracted. But but we have a good show. We have it's a good family environment, and then our rotating hosts are also very good. Brian, Joanna, Vin.
And then we also have Claire Leeson, Sean Kelly
behind the scenes. So we do have a really good team here of people that help us every week to keep the show running good. So we're very blessed. I'm very grateful for everybody, and the nominations are great, but it's really weird. Like we're not. I used to watch entertainers, like famous people would get nominated for Academy Awards, and they go, "Well, I was just making a movie. I wasn't really trying to win an Academy Award." And that's how I feel about this. I'm just doing my radio gig. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking, well, if I say this, I'll get attention for it. I was watching our video from last week, and I'm laughing at how funny I am when I'm being serious. I'm just being serious, and it sounds funny when I watched myself say it. I went, "Oh my God, that sounded so funny," but I wasn't being funny at the time. So we're just trying to do our thing, and whatever happens, happens. And we're
kind of piggybacking on why we do the show, and talking on the previous topic. We used to also get letters from inmates all over the 7-county area where we're broadcasted, and they would tell how much they feel like they actually have a connection to the community.
That's beautiful.
And that's why we do it. We don't do it for a piece of paper. We do it because it's needed. The conversations are needed.
I really wanted to normalize trans people as best I could while I was on the air. That's always been my goal, to just see that we're not hatched.
Yes.
That I'm not some weirdo out there, trying to sneak into women's bathroom. When I go in the bathroom, I'm going in there to pee. I don't care what your wife looks like. I really don't. I'm just telling you, I'm not interested in none of that. As I say all the time in my stand-up act in my show, I ain't had pussy since pussy had me. So, there is no need. There's absolutely no need for you to worry about your wife or your girlfriend or your children or whatever. I'm not interested in none of that.
Whoa.
I like men.
Thank you for leaving. Thank you for leaving the pussy for me. Thank you.
I love it. So but I did want to normalize trans people as much as that we have families, that we have brothers and sisters, that we have struggles, that we go to the grocery store, I got to go to Walmart when I get out of here, I got to go to the bank.
Yeah.
All the normal stuff everybody does. I'm doing the same things. Trans people are not some weirdo trying to dress up and act, I'm not trying to act like anybody. If you walk up and ask me, "Are you transgender or are you a guy?" I'll go, "Yeah, I am." What? I don't even try. I'm not one of these people trying to hide it. I don't care that it doesn't bother me at all. I'm not trying to keep it a secret. If I blend in, great. But if I don't, that's okay as well. At this stage in the game, I just don't care. I just don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, that's why you guys are legends. You guys are the goats of the area, and it's been a lot of fun having you on the show. And if you ever need anything promoted on the show, let me know. I am a text away.
We appreciate that. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Esme. And thank you, Chris Gorman from the Big Gay Radio Show. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys. And that is that.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before. Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop. We also need to be affectionate, and you can see that with Barack and Michelle as well. They do a lot of touching, kissing, even fisting.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
The semen was so big.
It's not lacking any meat. And that's what real women need. Gossip. Bussing.
Stop cussing.
It looks like you went and got a job.
Not on the iPad screen, whatever the case might be, in your hand, in a sock, in a whatever. Like, thank you. But also, I would love to be getting railed, but
TikTok, clocks that you can play in cool breaks. Hoppy's hour almost done. Feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom through streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shout-outs hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shout-outs hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Every night like clockwork to a show. Now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine. The void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speakers, silent time but coming to an end. Like a roller coaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe jokes and jabs, he's our daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
You probably had Taco Bell before. Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Happy hour is now over. Happy hour is now over. Game over.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night and God bless America.
Doors closing.